This has thrown me off for a loop now, and I think it's just the difference between. I think it's just the difference between this and the Dark Turns through Tour. It's like, oh yes, and we start expecting loud noises, instead just silence for the first couple of seconds. Like,
we are
Oh, no, I was-
Sable, thank you very much.
I was purely silent. Oh fuck! No, we're not. I was purely silent this time.
I just screamed into the microphone so hard you couldn't hear it.
that
No,
would make sense.
really, that's exactly what I did. No,
Like,
sorry, if it's making you feel uncomfortable, I'll think of something. Will that do?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who it was now in the Saturday game who I think it was Fred. You have taught Fred the art of slapping the table in D&D. Because in the Saturday game, she was quite literally slapping the table for fast running, going, oh no, Zach's influence is, not Jack's influence is spreading. Zach's influence spreads when it's Wallace voices.
My influence spreads in many facets of the game. I made players Dion was the only one who tried to convince players a character wasn't special.
So,
because of my influence.
Poor Rolo. He was a perfectly competent leader.
HisLafi.
So greetings everyone and welcome back to the Devil Darlings.
Let's not also forget, don't eat me, motherfucker.
I still have that meme saved that I occasionally keep pulling it up every now and again. It's one of those ones where you can pull it up every couple of months just to make it funny. So, last time on the Devil Darlings, you all woke up in essentially some layer of hell or the underworld, all chained up. You all got to meet each other for the first time. You all managed to do a bit of a jailbreak via lock picking and the freeing of a certain Bloob. You all took down a few of the imps that were there via greasing the stairs and quite literally running into their faces. As you got your gear back and freed a small plush creature. As well as a Namir called the Architect. You all got told by him that the best way to go is to head to the runic portal that would be able to get you out of here. It was, however, guarded by a couple of hellhounds. And this is where I discovered the party is falling into one of two categories. You've got your spellcasters on one side, and your 10-foot at least ranged monks on the other hand.
Yeah.
So it was a good demonstration of what to expect. The hellhounds, of course, died after Unusor picked up the still alive one and beat it over the head of the dead one.
They squish real good.
They do indeed.
You know what I actually imagine Misskiff was like when just popping out of the pocket? That thing where it's like do 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 yeah do 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 yeah.
To be fair, those hellhounds ask for it.
Hey, don't kink shame them. They like being beaten.
Oh no.
They were just doing their jobs.
And after quickly solving the portal and stepping through before the other guards could get there, you found yourselves in the valley between two large mountains with a village off in the distance. A village that the Marquis and Cog recognized as the one they left their ship at before trying to find the Urquhart's sauna. And as the portal does indeed close behind you, the rocks tumble and fall scattered to a more inconspicuous form, essentially put.
He just mentally connects to the Marquis.
Well, that was a thing. Think we could ever go back through there?
I forgot she had that accent.
Oh god.
I'm still working on it.
I see what you mean now when you're on about this on Wednesday.
I'm still working on it. I'm trying to get it.
It is a higher pitched Andril.
I know, I'm trying to make it not a higher pitched Andril. But also, I'm eating right now, so.
I just hear chip chip cheerio.
Chip chip.
Fuck off, you twat.
Cheers, love. The cavalry's here.
No.
Anyways, the Marquis will look kind of back at the thing. Oh, we'll probably go back through there. All things considered, it's only a matter of time. Whether or not we'll end up in the same place, same reality, same dimension, that all accounts for if I remember what the fuck we're doing.
I mean, to be fair, if we're on about Overwatch 2, shouldn't it be more a case of, cheers, love, microtransactions are here.
Yes.
Sad days.
Give me back my loot boxes!
Loot box.
Give me back my reasonable Diablo series. Anywho, we could spend the entire day pointing out Blizzard's faults. But the Marquis, we can see the ship from here, right?
It's what seems to be just like a golden disc from this distance, but you can see it just glinting at the other side of the village.
All right. Let's see. Do we have everybody here? Kobold, Sniffling, Take. What are we calling this one? I've immediately forgotten everyone's names. I apologize. I'm horrible with names. Uno. I can remember Uno.
Card game.
My name's Misskiff.
I actually remember that one. Anywho,
I'm in your pocket.
yes, I know. I can feel you.
Au-Zuk.
Trying to remember what we're doing. Oh, yes! To the ship. We've got places to be, things to see.
Girlie, are you okay, girlie? She just jumped off into the wall.
Oh, no.
She just jumped off her platform into the wall. I don't know how you just did that.
I apologise for my behaviour. It will happen again.
It will, though. She's like that. She likes to jump.
So,
She's the weirdest bearded dragon.
you all follow the path down towards the village. Seeing small rivers and what seems to be a small collecting lake on one side. So I will just quickly drag you over to the map.
Map. Is this the one with... Is this a village with the cheese people?
No.
Oh, okay. Wonderful.
Cheese?
I find them...
People?
Long story short, well, actually, it's rather short. That's all the story there is a village of cheese people. Not really much of a more explanation than that. Not this village, though, apparently. Sometimes I get places confused.
Worshippers of
kind of-
Gorgon and Zola.
You just
Yes.
get places confused.
Oh, of
Just to
course.
speak. I'm switching to speaking to Cog. I said,
Please tell me you're the navigator.
Yeah.
Good. Otherwise, I'd be very concerned.
So,
Eh.
as you approach the village, there seems to be just the usual calm, bustling village. Just going off the sun and the light, or at least what light is peeking in through the valley. You would guess it to be mid-morning, going into midday. So everyone's still just pretty much just having started their days. You see market stalls being set up, you see people basically going about doing the business.
oh yeah, I forgot I took a bit of damage. I don't remember how.
Is there anything that you're all wanting to do while at the village?
That is a very good question. I would just
Crab
like to
Shack.
get away from where we just were as far as we can.
Oh, my roll 20's not responding.
Oof.
Oh, it's fine. They've got no idea where we are.
You be
I
so
mean, they didn't even know how we got in there, so. Or they might have an idea, but that just makes it a little bit more exciting. However, that is the goal. I also suggest that we all kind of go together. I think it would be a bit more intelligent, since we're being hunted by a literal army of demons, devils, weird things with wings that are really into some weird ass shit. But yes, anyways.
Let them come.
Yeah, come.
I like this. I like this. Yes, let them come. That would be fantastic.
We'll just beat them like we did with those hounds.
Just switches back to the Marquis.
We could make some money.
How do you propose that?
Well, Granny, no one used to take me into town and make me dance, and people would throw coins at me.
Are you okay with doing that?
I mean, why not?
All right.
So if someone can play some music, I can dance, and people will think we're putting on a show.
Sable wants to make a little bit of money by dancing and playing music. If anybody's good with the lute, I'm not allowed to make music.
Well, I don't even know how to fucking apply to that one.
That, or we could go to the tavern, grab a drink, and then get to the ship.
It all sounds very pedantic, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not bothered about any of this. I just want to get on with things.
Do people have money for drink?
I've got a little bit, but it seems like my Sable friend, the majority just kind of want to move on to the ship. Cog, do you have the keys, or
yes.
do I?
I mean, yes, I can hear them and understand them. I just can't talk to them.
Oh, is that how that works? Wonderful.
Yeah.
Just so you all know, the Sable can understand you.
I already worked out that.
Wonderful.
I only have
Looks into bag of holding, pulls out coin that's nearly as big as her.
Jesus.
Well, let's get a bit of our heads together at the ship, kind of come up with an idea of what the heck we're doing. And if we still got time, because I imagine some of us want to take a bit of a rest.
yeah, I got pinged, so that'd be nice.
All right, wonderful. Well, I suppose, Cog, you want to lead the way to the ship, or do you want me to?
Og has already started walking in that direction.
Already ahead of me, I see. Quite the thinker.
So
You
should
just see Sanna slither after Cog.
So as you all make your way through the village to head to the other side, you do catch the attention of a lot of the villagers. They give Cog and the Marquis a bit of a cursory glance, mainly as they had already been through this village. They'd been gone for a couple of days, but they'd been through this village, so they're kind of used to them. What they're not so used to, however, is the others. They can't really see Misskiff.
I mean, she's gonna hop out of the Marquis' pocket onto his head and start doing handstands.
Make me a performance check. But their eyes are certainly drawn to the other part.
Oh no.
We'll get back to that in a second. They are certainly drawn a lot more to the other party members. And there is a bit of whispering going on between them as they look. And I do need to ask now, Unusor's armor,
Mm.
would it have certain iconography upon it?
That's a good question. I wouldn't say the embellishments would be too ornate. They'd almost look like manually done, like not like it wasn't designed to do that. If you know what I mean.
Okay.
Um,
I'll,
that is a good question. Never actually gave them much consideration.
I will.
Nothing overt, pretty much. Enough that someone in the know would be able to put two and two together after a moment's thought.
Tastefully done.
I will make a intelligence check using commoner stats. So basically a straight d20 to see if any would recognize. No, they're more concerned with the fact that it's a giant Dragonborn just stomping through. Because Dragonborns normally don't get that big.
New.
And
Yeah,
of course,
or second.
a lot of eyes are also on Sanna, given Sanna's unique species, essentially put. Because yes, at first it may seem quite Yuan-Ti, quite snake-like, but then there's just the hint that there's something else there. And you are getting the stares, the whispers. Misskiff, as you're doing your little bouncing act on top of the Marquis's head, make me a perception check with disadvantage, given
Okay.
that one.
Give me 1 second.
Okay. So you don't see this coming. Is your balance is a bit wobbly as you try to do it. Probably because you're not used to balancing on top of such a head as the Marquis's, while also trying not to knock off the hat. And then you feel a claw grab around you.
They started.
What's
And that's not even. That's not even like in head. It's just like a. Like actual call out.
Oh, we didn't hear what the call out was.
Oh, did it not pick up?
No.
No.
She goes.
It didn't pick up either.
It did.
I mean,
that time,
it did, but it
so
was.
fake. It was so fake,
Ugh.
but that makes sense given what has happened.
It's not coming through. It's just noise reductioning it out.
As the rest
What
of
is
you,
this? Just
the Marquis,
soundbite for ants.
you do feel an avian just kind of dive bomb at you.
The-
You're kind of used to this, just being a hippo with a shiny hat.
Yeah.
But then you hear
The Marquis. Oh, sorry. Go on.
But then you do hear the faint.
Like-
You see just something squirming in its claw as you see a falcon fly off.
The Marquis is going to attempt to reach up and just grab the falcon.
Make me a
With
dex check, I'd say.
Okay.
The vermin attempts to flee with my pet.
Because the Marquis's hands, I should state, are like bigger than like a fucking Goliath's head. Like he's got massive hands.
Know what to say about big hands?
They need big gloves.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the Marquis does have some pretty big gloves.
The falcon fails to get out of there in time and is grabbed by the Marquis.
The Marquis is just going to bring the falcon in front of his face as he's just looking down at it. Hello, my friend! Could you release my friend?
It releases its claw-like grasp on Misskiff. Misskiff, you kind of just drop onto the Marquis's arm.
Ha ha! Thank you! Now, might I make it very clear not to do that again? I've got very big hands and lots of muscles. I may not look it, but I am a hippo. We are mostly muscles, and I sometimes cannot control my strength, which means sometimes when I go in for a handshake, I have been known to break people's arms. So please, don't do that again. I would hate for you to be wingless. He's going to release the bird.
Okay.
I'm gonna firebolt it as it's flying away.
Okay.
How can one make a threat sound so polite?
Roll your damage.
Well,
if
that
you want.
Seems like years of practice.
So basically, as it's flying away, a little firebolt appears in Misskiff's hand and she just lobs it.
Ah,
Roll your
a
damage.
creature after my own heart.
So, as this falcon tries to fly away, you look. You just see it get a bit of distance before Misskiff just kind of tosses a small firebolt. And
Jolly good.
You see the falcon poof into what seems like blue smoke.
Looks at the Marquis, and then looks at the others.
Fucking familiar!
Oh, it's fine. Probably not, but oh well.
No, it was. It poofed into blue smoke. Normal birds do not poof into blue smoke.
As far as you're aware.
I am very aware. I've been grabbed by a lot of birds.
Not a phoenix.
Birds. They never ask for anybody's consent before grabbing them. Anywho, Marquis is looking around to see if he can pinpoint any magic users in the crowd that might be looking towards us.
You do pinpoint
Or more
one,
closely towards Sable. Oh, okay.
but you know for a fact the falcon most likely doesn't belong to this person, as this person offered you shelter on the night you arrived here in the village. As a small, granny-like figure just approaches, a wide smile on their face. And following beside them is their very own familiar, which takes the form of a badger.
No.
As they just look up. Oh, you're back. Did you find the Sanna you was looking for? You've got friends.
Yes, we found exactly what we were looking for, and we have some new acquaintances that are joining us for our adventures.
Hey, well, pleased to meet you. My name's Ethel.
Don't worry, little one. It wasn't her.
This kind of switches telepathic to the old lady. It's like,
Do you know who that bird belonged to?
She's just gonna have a quick glance around before looking to you, Misskiff. Oh, you speak. I sensed there was something different, but I couldn't tell what. Awakened, maybe? Or...
No.
No, weakened wouldn't explain the tiny horns. You are a mystery.
I am told. Do you know who the bird belonged to?
I think I do. Possibly, at least.
Oh,
Ew, I want to bite their Ew, I want to bite their face.
What was that, Santa?
Santa heard a cat.
Sorry, I could hear purring over someone's mic.
Are you afraid of cats?
Oh, I love cats. Sorry, it was an involuntary kitty moment. I apologize.
Oh, God.
Ignore it.
We have started up a literal counter on the Saturday games for Fred, because each time they hear Jogbuzz Cat over the microphone, they instinctively shout out cat. But, sure, look to you, Misskiff. A few, bandits, I guess you could call them, ragabands, you know the kind. They've been spotted around the village over the past couple of days. Apparently, your giant ship has attracted them here.
Understood.
Well,
We must destroy them.
Such strange looks. Wait, really?
I so
Alright,
wish I could hear
then.
Misskiff say this.
She's gonna look to Misskiff, then to everyone else who's confused. Look, then back to Misskiff. She can only speak to one at a time, can she not?
It is irksome.
I'll tell you what. If you help us out with this bandit situation, I may be able to concoct something that will allow this telepathy of hers to reach more people.
You best be able to deliver, old one.
That would be very useful. Talking to only one person at once gets a bit annoying.
Nanny Ethel always keeps her word, my friend.
Granny Badger's smart.
Oh
Then we
no.
will slaughter
she-
these bandits.
Do you know Granny No One? Are you her friend?
So, where is it? Where is it?
Do I know a granny? No. She-
You know the... Or sorry, go on. Go on.
She looks at you, Misskiff, and her eyes just kind of narrow. What do you know of Granny No One?
Well, after I became like this, Granny picked me up, took me home, showed me how to use magic, and then she disappeared.
Oh, she must have gone back there then. Ugh. Nasty business. Nasty business indeed.
I was with Granny for 5 years before she disappeared.
Hmm. Yes, no, nasty business hers indeed. You're probably better off.
Hmm.
That being said, I'll try and get this magical item prepared while you do what you do by the looks of your tall friend there and their attitude. It's going to be a bit of a bloodbath.
Our battle will be legendary.
I'll tell you what then. You get the house sorted, I'll try and get this magical item sorted, and I'll get some rooms prepared so you can rest up when you get back.
Okay.
In fact, she's going to look over you all. Is there any of you that look significantly injured?
I mean, I'm not significantly injured, but then I've only got 17 hit points. So, it's like...
I only lost 3 hit points, so
I
Okay.
lost
Cog's
6.
only a little scuffed
If we use
by
the
6 points.
if we're using ye old Neverwinter Nights methods, I'm barely injured.
Alright,
I lost 6 hit points, so I'm on 11, but...
she is going to look to you then, Misskiff, as the most injured, respectively. And she is going to cast a spell. And you will heal up for 7 HP
Oh, sweet.
as she
I'm
cure
back to full.
wounds onto you.
Yay.
A bit of a tap up there, just in case if you're going into battle. Don't want
Thank
the
you.
one that I'm building an item for getting squished now, do we?
Thank you.
Marquis, you may have a bit more of a personal stick with these guys than the others, because
Oh,
they have been sniffing around your ship in the past couple of days. You may want to go check to make sure nothing's been taken.
yes, that sounds probably smart. Will it be the first time? Nor will it be the last time. With that, though, we shall go and check.
Okay.
We have a Raka.
Hi, Raka. So, as the
seems
party...
like we have our task set out for us.
Time to...
Just switches to the Yuan-Ti and is like,
Time to go kill some bandits!
I do like me some punching.
It
How
seems
come Misskiff never screams bloody murder with me?
seems to have gone out of one situation and simply ended up wasting your time to another. And that's okay.
switches telepathy to Kobold.
I don't think it's a waste of time if it means I can speak to all of you.
I suppose the reward makes it worth it. I guess I just think bandits are a bit below me at this point.
Oh,
Close
come now,
door.
my Koboldian
Nothing
friend.
is below righteous slaughter.
Sorry.
Not how I was going to word it, but essentially yes, I suppose.
So, you're
In
making...
the end,
Go on.
in the end, I'm not so murder hungry, as in I want to get back at them for sending a bird after me.
Ah, yes, the bird. He was a nice fellow.
He's dead.
What was that, Cog? You were trying to say something.
Cog's just bent down. Greeting the freaking badger familiar. Looks up. What's up?
The badger doesn't speak. Just looks up at you. And if its face could say any one word, its
Savage?
face will... Yes, you knew exactly where I was going with that.
I
Its face
knew,
would
of
say
course I
savage.
fucking knew. Any badger or any fucking large mustelid in this game is always going to be savage.
So we're going with the American badger, not the European badger.
Oh no, European badgers are just as bad for that.
Oh, they are.
The
They will
European
tear a-
badger
they will
looks
tear
so
it.
cute.
They look so cute, but they will tear a dog to pieces. Like, there's a reason Badger Holand was outlawed.
But
So,
yes,
are we all in agreement of putting an end to these ruffians?
Switch telepathy.
I am on board.
Hope they didn't make our home into a base.
Oh, that would be a pain in the ass, wouldn't it?
I mean, if they have perhaps stolen anything from
Ah,
who I do consider our host for at least the near future, we might as well go get back at them.
and as you do get
Whatever.
closer,
Just go.
as you do get closer to the ship, you do start to realize something, Marquis. Seems your ship has been ransacked a little, at least on the outside, as if they couldn't get fully inside. So they decided to take anything looking valuable from the outside of it. The rest of you will see what seems to be a slightly torn up ship in the shape of a giant golden turtle.
Not the most eloquent of vessels.
I assume it doesn't always look like this.
Like a turtle? Yes, it does. Loretta is a turtle. Cog. Do they scratch Loretta?
You want me to roll to see how badly they scratched Loretta?
Yes, please make me an investigation check if you would.
Cool.
You are my engineer, so the Marquis does not know technology, so he's leaving this to Cog.
Oh, that food is not sitting well.
Dirt 20.
Not only is it scratched up, the eyes have been taken out of the head. The tongue has been taken after you just kind of pry open the mouth. And via the tongue, what would be perhaps one of the more valuable things you can take from the outside of this, the voice box is gone.
Upon seeing that they actually opened Loretta's mouth and took stuff, you probably hear just angry grinding and whirring from Cog's head
What's
space.
going on?
Took tongue. Voice box. Eyes.
There is although his composure hasn't changed, there is an air around the Marquis. He still has a smile and stuff, but like his pipe is very obvious that he's biting down. Ha ha! Wonderful! Sticks and stones will break their bones, and my words will crush their soul. Let's go kill some bandits.
Is anybody else a tad unsettled by his fervor?
You happy it's them he's mad at?
Come along, Cog! Slaughter time! Slaughter as he's just skipping his way across the ground.
You actually just see Cog practically skipping along beside
Aye.
the massive angry hippo man.
Can I get...
You just
switches telepathically to Unusor. Is like,
Well, you were off to kill him anyway.
This is true.
And they
Let us
damaged.
have some fun.
Senna was
damaged.
gonna prop up on her tail to just go to Unusor being like, remind me to stay on his good side.
Bean is going to kind of just like get off of Cog's back and kind of just like fly next to Cog.
Okay.
Just kind of like a little hover back and forth as they are off to wherever they're going.
So,
And if Cog and Marquis are singing, they'll just be small little chirps in with the singing.
can I get everyone to make me perception checks, please?
It's the literal worst thing that the Marquis can do.
It's fine, it's a group check. I just want to
Wait,
see who
wait,
passes and who
nice.
fails.
Oh, thank God.
I forgot to have the thing toggled to normal.
That's fine. So,
Raka
everyone,
sees everything.
just over here like everything.
everyone but Sanna and the Marquis will spot the foot tracks. Basically, where the bandits have come and where the bandits have headed off to. Seems to be a set of footprints just walking around, as well as what seem to be wooden tire tracks, as if they brought along a cart to wheel away anything valuable.
The
Just
snake
kind of-
tail footprints don't register with me.
just switch to the Marquis. Is like,
They're gone that way. They left some pretty nice tracks.
The Marquis, who is probably going in the opposite direction, immediately like turns around and starts skipping the other way. I should say this is like a 2-ton dude skipping, so when he crosses by, the ground is shaking.
Bean,
I imagine she's holding onto your pocket, just like
Bean,
being tossed up every time.
with your nat 20, I will give you something extra on this. You can discern that while you can't tell what species it is from those that wear boots, the one that seems to be leading up front has claw-like footprints. You assume them to be, most likely, Dragonborn.
Oh no.
I can hear the Unusor re.
Bean, who has probably just kind of been like slightly in front of Cog at this point, just like air brakes, just and then looks at Cog and kind of like and then points to the ground and gets down and like looks specifically at the claw marks. Points them out.
Dragonborn.
And just like shakes his head rapidly.
Spicy lizard.
And now this has been pointed out to Cog, and I'm assuming to everyone else in result, you all do indeed see the claw marks. They don't seem to be as big as yours, Unusor, obviously, but they are still quite large. Therefore, it's most likely some sizable Dragonborn.
Oh, sorry, I zoned out slightly.
It's right. So essentially, but they discovered through the footprints that the leader of the pack, or the leader of the bandits, is also a Dragonborn. And from the size of the footprints, they're not as big as you, but they're still quite big.
There may be a worthy challenger amongst these petty. I am failing to articulate.
Articulated by
Thieves!
Bandits!
Walking
Idiot.
corpses. They're
Well, that
already
works
dead.
too.
They just don't know it.
Bean hears walking corpses and stands on his back 2 legs and just as he like walks forward towards wherever they were headed.
Hmm.
So, as you...
I don't. Was that your dad in the background? All I heard was
Yeah.
Amazon.
Oh no, it went on about Amazon. You're on about dab on a sausage.
Oh, it sounded like he said Amazon.
It did sound like he yelled Amazon.
So,
I was wondering what Amazon did him wrong, did him dirty.
Amazon
I mean,
does
they did
everyone
me dirty
dirty.
with the last package they sent. They put the stickers on the box of the thing rather than it actually coming in a normal box itself. Therefore, they ruined
Oh.
the front art.
Yeah, do you remember when they sent me that stuff and they just left it outside in the rain?
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I'm just thankful that I was in when my package came for that. Either way, you follow the footprints and the boots and the tire tracks as they lead outward away from the village towards the steady upcline of the base of the mountain to the right. Luckily, it does seem quite muddy here still, so the tracks are easy enough to follow. And they do eventually reach what seems to be a cave entrance.
They hide like vermin.
It would be at this point when it would be just past midday, like mid-afternoonish, I'd say. That's how long it's taken you to travel out to here.
Wonderful.
And everything seems quiet.
Alrighty, how do we want to do this?
Misskiff is jumping out of your pocket and is going down to the ground and doing a sniff.
Okay. Misskiff, make me a survival check, if you would. For a little bit of tracking.
To be honest, I was expecting perception, but
I mean, it's usually survival for tracking, isn't it?
yeah, it's just with like keen senses stuff.
Oh,
you get
right.
advantage
Yeah,
on scent and hearing.
That's fair. Make me a perception instead, because I forgot that you're doing it via scent.
Just give me 1 second.
Because I believe it's survival if you're just doing it off like actual tracking or perception. If it's doing things off scent or smell, it does go off perception because of key
Yeah.
senses.
Because I am an animal.
an animal.
So you're looking,
Animal.
you're just sniffing. The footprints going into the cave seem a bit old, like probably a day old or so. The footprints coming out of the cave, however, are fresh.
Can I tell
Probably like
which way
a-
the fresh ones have gone?
Probably like a couple of hours old at most. And yes, you can. They're heading out down a different path, and as you turn and follow to see which path that's going to, it's a path that leads into the village.
Oh no. They've gone towards the village.
This is
Didn't
still
we
an
have-
Unes. This is still an
sorry.
Unesor's head. Because she hasn't changed it.
The village?
They've gone towards the village.
We
where the
just
smell
came from
leads.
there.
I know, but that's where the smell leads.
Wait. How many?
Can I get a sense of how many through smell? Or
With a 20, you can assume it to be anywhere between. Well, you obviously can see and catch the scent of the Dragonborn.
Yep.
You also probably gather around 13 others with them.
14, including the Dragonborn.
The little one says just over a dozen.
You catch you catch the scent of something else, though.
Something else, though. One sec.
Bit of a smouldering smell like fire. And
Something smell. Oh, go on.
the heavy smell of oil.
Something smells like oil and fire, like burning.
Didn't we have run into them? We just came from the village.
The little one seems convinced they have headed back that way.
As such, but with how long it took you to travel from the ship to the cave entrance, you'd assume, given the time from the smell, they'd probably be like a quarter of the way towards the village.
They're probably a quarter of the way there by now. We must have just passed them.
We must make haste if we are to catch them.
With the mention of the smoke and oil, are there any signs of like tracks or anything? Like, is it a sign of a vehicle or any footprints that might mimic that of cogs?
There is no
in heaviness.
There is no footprints of like a Warforged or anything, but there are the wheels again, as if like a cart is being used.
Cog! They've got technology!
You sure they're not gonna try and pawn off the stuff?
Oh no, they're probably going to pawn off the stuff, but they've got a vehicle!
Some kind of cart by the looks of the wheels.
I know it's not exactly your brand of technology, but after we're done clobbering them a new one, do you want it?
Yes.
So
wonderful!
So we're convinced that they are headed back to the town, yes?
Yes.
That's what it smells like.
So where is Misskiff?
On the floor.
On the floor?
Like
Alright.
near the entrance of the cave, because she's been sniffing the tracks.
I would like to attempt to grab Misskiff and let's say the Kobold and charge after the where the tracks are leading.
Okay.
Fellow for the
wonderful
others
idea!
is to follow suit.
What is Unusor's movement speed?
That is a good question. 30.
You just see Sanna following after, but catching up and then overtaking Unusor.
The Marquis has got to look at Cog. Would you like to go yourself, or would you like me to give you a bit of extra speed, my dear?
You're faster.
Yes, he's going to pick up Cog, and because he is a mastermind rogue, he's going to use that free action of dash so he can travel 60 feet. As he is just breaking it.
Okay.
Hey, guess what though? I'm also a rogue.
Just imagine the fucking footprints.
Just jumps
Be-
off Unusor and just sprints ahead at 60 foot round.
So you see a tiny little thing, you see a giant lizard man, a fucking snake devil, and a giant ass hippo dude in some floating doll thing, just full force, just speeding forward. I love it. That's a great imagery.
So
Bean's just gonna turn around as everybody runs away, stare off into the distance, leap into the air, and he's just gonna kind of like fly above the trees and follow the road and try to find his way back to town to cut off most of the road distance. And he only flies at 30 as fast as Unusor walks, so he's just gonna kind of be like, la la la.
Why
So-
did I imagine the fucking dog then that la la la?
But the thing is, like, when Bean takes off from the ground at his like fastest flight speed, he kind of does one of those little boop and then rolls a few times as he like goes up. Like that's how he gets himself up. He kind of makes himself a helicopter. And then once he gets up there, he pretty much just glides at a specific height level and
So
doesn't really.
you're a Dragonair.
Pretty much. He's just a tiny little like nugget. He can't really pick anybody up. Like if he picks somebody up and flies, he literally hovers. Their feet probably hover like 5 feet off the ground, and that's it.
I'm just thinking budget Inspector Gadget.
I'm just like laughing at the fact that he's like, "Come on, I'll run you there." The Misskiff jumps out and just speeds ahead of him. Twice as
Misskiff's
fast.
just like hell, motherfucker.
It's just like as she jumps out, it's like, "I'm faster than you."
So give
Little
me a-
dirt trail just running off.
give me a
Just
bit-
marvel at the freaking hippo man that's actually faster.
I'm having to just delete a few pictures as it was not letting me upload a map for this.
I mean, me and I'm running at the same speed as the Marquis.
Exactly.
There we go. Okay. So
I'm heavy.
Yeah, it's
Technically, I
okay.
could spend the
Heavy.
key to also dash, and move at a speed of 80, but I'm not gonna do that.
Save
It's
those
okay,
speed
buddy.
points.
if you're all rushing off to try and get there as fast as you can, you will at this point be moving faster than they are. So you will eventually manage to run into them while on the road. And after a while, you do indeed see a small group with lit up torches, just making their way past what seem to be destroyed buildings and a felled tree in the middle of the road, which they are having to try and get their wagon around.
And we see the Dragonborn.
Yep, the Dragonborn is barking orders at them. He seems to be a blue-scaled Dragonborn.
Question:
Yes.
Are they stood close together?
They seem to be scattered around a bit.
Okay. How
Within
many
a
of them?
radius of.
Yeah, within a radius of.
What, sorry?
Within a radius of.
In a radius of, give me a second while I'm setting up the map, so that you'll actually be able to see.
Okay.
I just imagined the radius of a fireball.
I don't have fireball yet. I'm only a level 1 sword.
So just so the players are aware, I am going to intend to issue a challenge to the big boy.
Just so everyone else is aware, as soon as I'm within range, I'm throwing arms of Hadar at them.
Fire the fuck out of them.
Question: is it compelled duel or is it conquest?
Conquest.
Okay, cool.
So
I
what
love the
I'm
motherfucker who was smart
hearing,
enough to find the stuff.
what I'm hearing is that I should just stay in the air if a bunch of explosive things be
Arms
thrown
of Hadar.
everywhere.
So arms of Hadar isn't explosive. They just start taking necrotic damage and lose most of their movement.
Do you know what the big
Yes,
Oh, well,
and
that's
giant
fine.
fucking tentacles come out of the ground and start sucking them into her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm an aberrant mind sorcerer.
Having played a lot of
You're making Oni proud.
having played in a Call of Cthulhu game recently, this unsettles me in ways I don't want to think.
Ah, Call of Cthulhu!
I
One
still
of
need
these
to,
days.
like, I still need to gather some people at some point to run a one shot for vampire.
Ranna.
You know you can
because-
always ask me.
I know. I just want to try running it because I don't really have not run it, and I've played a little bit with how, like, you showed me.
Also, sorry that this
So
has taken a while to set up.
it's okay. This is why we're just
Good time.
chatting. But yeah, so I want to try and run one at some point.
I know Fred would be 100% willing to be in that as well.
Yeah. She's never been in one of my games though, and I am just
Fred-
chaos with D&D.
Fred badly wants to be in more games with you guys.
Yeah. I know that they wanted to sit in on this one as well, but they were busy today.
Yeah, they have.
I may. Oh, they're in that thingy. Yeah, no, I was just gonna say I may need the other like books for the other clans, but they're in that Google Drive you've set up.
Yeah, I think the only ones I don't have was the most recent one they released, but I can get that very easily.
Yeah.
But it should be everything, including Hikata, Banu Hakim, and La Sombra. So, yeah.
11, 12.
Because the base book only has like the very basic ones.
And then soon you'll have the Hunter book, which does work with Vampire the Masquerade, especially for Hunter and PCs. So,
Yeah, Hunter the Reckoning.
Okay, so
yeah.
I had a moment recently where I realized Changeling is also kind of in that setting as well. I remember seeing
It's in
so
the
many
exact
Changeling
World
books
of Darkness.
ages back.
Yeah, Changeling is the same.
Sadly,
world.
sadly it's not compatible with V5 and Hunter the Reckoning because it hasn't been brought up yet.
Yeah.
The 20th edition is sadly not compatible, which is so sad because the Changeling stuff is cool. Like, it's so cool.
Okay.
But that's because I also played a Red Hat. So, like...
Okay, so let me just drag you over to this map, as you will see this kind of situation. You will be arriving here at this point of the path, where I'm pinging at the moment. So, like,
Okay.
bottom middle-ish.
Where?
And I've forgotten to put the card on. Card. No, I don't want praying hands. That's not a card.
It wouldn't really be
There's
worth
a cart
the...
There's a cart on the map.
Is there? Yeah, but that's underneath the
Yeah.
tree. I'm not counting that.
Oh, okay.
Hang on. If I do that, rotate it around. And then, there we go. There's the cart.
Being as fast as I am,
Yes.
could I get up into range with these two and cast Arms of Hadar?
I was gonna say, wait for everyone to be placed on the map first.
Yeah, it's
before
just
we start doing
because
stuff.
it erupts from me.
Yeah.
It's not letting me
So
place on the map still.
Is it not?
Like, it gives me the option to grab and drag, but I can't seem to do anything else with it.
Oh,
Thank
there
you.
you are.
I have to reload my
Yeah, I just did it.
because
I need control.
Do you not?
Well, it's like it's weird.
Hold on. Oh, wait. Yep.
It won't let
assuming
me
direct
view
control.
It won't let me view my character sheet
Control
anymore.
determined by character settings. You should have control over it.
No, no,
Why
no.
is there
There
two
we go.
Marquis?
I realized why
no,
they
he's
were.
multiplying.
Do we have everyone there that we have in today's game? Everyone but Bean. But
Wait.
Raka's reload. Yeah.
I'm gonna kill this thing!
But you do indeed see the Dragonborn barking orders at them all to try and get the cart moving. You will see barrels piled up on top of the cart, leaking what seems to be a black substance.
Oil, maybe? Tar?
Most likely.
But she is immediately, without hesitation, gonna run up to these two.
Let's make a group perception check. Let's see if they... Oh,
It's not letting me drag it on.
oof. Give me a sec.
I had also placed a token for him, but it is using the image that I have instead of the token that I originally put in.
There we go.
Does it let you move that?
No, and I'm like it's like I have so it says default token optional, and so I put one in, and it doesn't even let me like drag anything onto the
Okay.
like it's
I've,
not letting me.
I've
Oh
changed
wait,
the settings
wait,
on that.
wait.
Oh,
Did it do it? Is
no.
there a bean?
I mean, the one that I've put there right next to Misskiff, I've changed the settings on so that it can be controlled by you and me.
Okay. Yeah, cause I don't know what's up with this, but it's being
It's fine.
a bitch. Anyway.
So, the normal bandits themselves do not notice. The captain does notice, but the captain has to make an insight, I guess, to even try and see if he realizes you're not just a normal little Sable, essentially put. He sees the armor, he sees the horns, but his instant thought is polymorph. Someone is polymorphed. He will shout to his guards, "Shoot that one!" As he sees the rest of you approaching, going, "Some of you shoot that one, the rest of you shoot them ones!"
Just running up and literally going.
I'm going to say, Dion,
Hmm?
you will have to wait for your turn, but you'll be roughly there.
Damn. Okay. It's just because I wanted to get into range to do
It's
Arms of Hadar on them.
Essentially put, if none of them had spotted you, I would have allowed it as a surprise round.
Yeah.
But given given you can't really be that quiet while also sprinting at full speed.
True. I'm tiny though.
But I am going to roll something else for this Dragonborn. No, he does not notice. Glorious. Glucale. What I will, however, need... No, not that. Is some initiatives.
Alucale! A joyous, frabjous day.
What? And
Yeah,
with
so
that,
let's
I'll
get
be right back.
+3 and +1.
Right, time to fight Hellfire Kitty again.
There we go.
And will
Let's
probably be
see.
going before Cog, as I'm pretty sure he's more dexterous.
Yeah, I was just
What?
I'm about to roll now.
You also got an 18, my friend.
What's your dexterity?
1.
Oh yeah, Marquis is.
Oh,
Don't know
going
why
Misskiff
before
is
you.
going last.
Don't know why it's coming up. Oh wait. Yeah, I don't know why it's coming up as 7 for Sanna when Sanna's
Yeah.
first roll was a 15. So let me change
Oh,
that.
what the fuck?
I didn't select my target the first time.
Ah, okay. Misskiff is going dead last with that nat one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Is there anyone that I still need to add? Yes. Cog.
Yeah, Marquis and Cog.
Marquis.
And Marquis's 18 is with a +3, so I don't know
21?
if that affects when it comes to the.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no, it's 18, but he's got a +3 modifier. I don't know if that puts him in.
It
That
will
means
put
that the
him
Marquis is faster.
It will put him in front of those. So 18.5. And what did Cog get?
I also got an 18, but I'm not as dex-based
But
as
what's your dex bonus?
+1.
Okay, so we're going to have to do a roll off between Cog and the Bandit, so just a quick 1d20.
Alright.
13 to beat.
Alright, alright.
Another 18.
Okay, so you'll be on 18.3.
I
I
win.
believe I've got everyone there now, so let me just do this via descending and go over the turn order. So we would have Bean first, followed by Au-Zuk, followed by Unusor, the Marquis, Cog, the Bandits, the Bandit Captain, Sanna, and then Misskiff. Am I missing anyone? Bloob and Miasma are going to stay out of the fight because they're not here this session.
But I need my little stretchy friend.
It's fine.
I imagine
You
there's
got
gonna be a time when Bean and Bloob are like back to back, stretchy armsing, just like punching things, trying to keep each other safe.
It's
tiny people forever.
it's
Yeah,
fine. You've
we
got your
totally.
somewhat stretchy Yuan-Ti tiefling friend with you.
I was about to say we're one monk down.
Everybody else leave. No.
So, Bean, it would be you first.
I'm gonna hold my action because Bean's gonna kind of like look to everybody that's behind him like, what do I do?
Okay. Au-Zuk,
So,
it would be you two.
Alright. These tokens do not necessarily show for that.
Do I give certain people PTSD with a battle song?
Do
If
it.
you do, I'm leaving the chat.
Do
Oh.
it.
It's a very good way to calm down the amount of people in this game.
That's not a joke, Leigh. I will just leave the
I know.
chat.
I'm just laughing at the fact that that was the first battle song I played for Devil Darlings as well in season 1. It's also because I don't think I've got any other battle songs actually uploaded to here, so screw it, we're going with normal music. Well, with the ambience of the town still going, apparently. Which, the more I listen to it, the more it just sounds like someone's left a tap on the back.
It's not even playing through my
Is it not?
laptop. No, it's because I've got it shut off.
So,
So let's go. New character, still getting a little used to it. Forgive me.
it's fine.
New character, who dis?
New Devil
Let's
Darlings.
find out how close. Ooh, I can...
how close? Ooh. Yeah.
Oh my.
I mean, that's not that exciting. Hey, does stuff.
That's a
And we've
fairly
got-
apt description of him.
Then we got that, and then we've got. Alright. Well, no point using my best shit on the mocks, so. Let's check one more spec. Exactly.
I keep getting
Yeah,
adverts pulled up
so-
for the Curse Altar Manor now.
It means you have to go on it when we go next.
No, I'm scared.
Little bitch.
I've got a fear of ghost trains, alright?
You were fine. You'll be fine.
Anyway.
It's not a proper ghost train. There's not going to be scare actors jumping out at you.
There wasn't supposed to be any
Alright.
of that one at Whittam Park either, and yet someone did.
So
Either
here's
way,
what we're gonna do now that I've. Sorry, I have to remind myself how my shit works. It's just. Haven't really gotten used to this character yet, so. For now, we're gonna keep things nice and simple. I'm gonna unruler myself. That's a sentence. So. Approach this very interesting combo opponent,
okay.
and I'm gonna Arc Blade. Is that? Yeah, no. Ignore that for now. I have to hit first.
Okay.
I see now. Yes, right. So I make a swing at first. Then
20
I assume
hits.
it's 20 hits. They take 8 slashing damage, and the one behind him takes 1 lightning damage. How depressing.
Better than
Okay.
nothing.
I'm not gonna use any. I'm not gonna use my bonus action just yet.
Let me just see the spell description for this. Okay, so it specifically does say it leaps to a creature. Just need to make sure so it doesn't accidentally try and leap to the oil.
Yeah, no, it's a creature.
Would have made for a great show if it did.
I used this! Bop! Oh, that didn't do too much.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Unusor,
Yo,
it is your turn.
it is indeed the turn of me.
Yep.
Oh,
This one is the
Alright.
Dragonborn here, by the way.
Could you ping again?
Here in the green armor.
Okay, cool. Give me a moment. I
Hiding
need to
in the
turn off.
green grass.
the only one with the tail.
Need to turn off character
would you
portraits.
believe it,
Can
I-
never fucking remember where that is.
It's in your video settings.
Video?
Keep
Yeah.
in mind, while you're doing that, Bean is flying, so you can pass under him.
Yeah.
Plus, you can pass through ally spaces anyway.
Okie dokie. So I can. Let's see. I'm going to. Give me a second.
Oh,
there's
hell
30.
yeah. Give me that
I
blast
think
blight,
you could get to the
baby.
one just to the left of the one that you chose as well. I think that's still 30 away.
So I'm gonna move there. That's 30.
Yep.
And I'm going to bellow out a challenge to the fucking Dragonborn and demand he face me.
Okay.
And let's see.
Let's see what he thinks of this. He'll just look at you. Just kind of scoff. And what gives you the right to demand such a challenge from me? Just 'cause you're big don't mean you're good.
Do I have any ranged attacks?
You should have your breath weapon. If you would
yeah.
like.
This is true. And I
Like-
believe
Close enough for it.
it is a
15-foot cone.
15-foot cone.
Yeah, 15-foot cone will get him.
Well, oh yeah, he's blue, so he doesn't have resistance to fire.
Mm.
Nuh-uh. He has resistance to
Hey.
lightning.
Yeah, I saw.
Okay.
Oh. Let us see. Where is it? Why do I always lose this?
Also, I
There
feel
we go.
bad that Misskiff wanted to do the arms ahead her and then got on that wall.
Yeah, she was gonna run in and be like, ah!
Hey.
She can't exactly
Okay.
do that now because Boyo's in the way.
He needs to make a dex save.
Oh. Magdamello, my boy.
An 18.
I think he passes.
Yep, so he'll only take half damage from this, but he will still take damage.
Alright, I always forget the damage for this. It's 1d10. Oh,
So-
motherfucker.
3 damage, because it's always rounded up. So he just brushes off the flames as they lick at his armor. And he just gives a laugh. It's like, all size, no bite. Alright. I can give you your fight, you piece of shit.
Just in his head hears, you're a piece of... No, he doesn't. He doesn't because I can only do that as a bonus action.
It would now
Yeah.
be the mark. Oh, God.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that. Almost as if quoting sacred text or misquoting, depending on your perspective. After when he responds to the challenge, I would bellow, "A dragon's breath is the wind of change. All will bow to it." And that is my turn.
And I should note, the rest of the party do indeed hear that as well.
Misskiff has no fucking idea about religion, so...
But it would
I have
be
no reason to know and or care.
it would be the Marquis.
Mine,
Oh, yes.
mine only knows one religion.
Eh, not the first nor the last. Does explain a lot though, now that I think about it. Anywho, the Marquis is kind of surveying the battlefield. Is this a dude here, or is that just rubble?
I believe that is just rubble, but you do see beyond the
Okay.
rubble some guy in the building just... It looked like he was halfway through looking through it for any items, and kind of has been caught unawares. He's just like shit, there's fighting, has just grabbed his nearest weapon.
Butter knife.
The Marquis is going to take out his hummingbird pistol, which is so brazenly named Gary. And he's going to actually point it at the one that Au-Zuk is fighting. As he is going to shoot at the one that Au-Zuk is fighting with Gary.
Okay. Yeah, 11 is a miss.
It's a miss.
It's a
Alrighty.
miss, if I recall right, and got this correct and not back front. Yes, I have gotten this correct and not back to front.
Wonderful. Alrighty. With that, then, luckily he doesn't have to reload or anything.
Nope. Gift weapons.
Yep. Firearms mastery.
Yep.
He's going to survey the battlefield and is. He's going to look over towards Sanna. Give her a thumbs up. Is just going to basically look at her. You're going to do great! He's going to be using the help action on her so that she has advantage on her next action.
Okay.
I'm down
'Cause
Tony the Tiger.
He's a mastermind.
You just see Sanna look back at him with an awkward smile and a thumbs up.
Cog.
I can just
That's
imagine.
the spirit!
It is you, Cog.
Ah, yes. My lovely dragon friend is going after that one. I would like to caustic brew.
Okay. Each creature in the line, which is just that one person, makes a dex save or be covered in acid.
Also 5 feet wide, so both of them will. Both of them will be covered in acid.
If it's 5 foot wide, doesn't it just go off the
Well,
line?
Oh, yeah.
if I angle it to be in between those two, but I doubt that would be a thing.
Nah, unfortunately, you won't be able to. We're going off the square thing. So it would
My
be
brain
just,
was like, 5 feet's obviously 2 squares.
so it would be just the one that you're hitting. They need to make a dex save. And they pass. So half damage. I
Half
believe.
damage?
Is it? No.
No.
No damage. So they're fine.
Oh, that's a shame.
After Cog,
Hey,
would be.
I was
sorry.
gonna move a little bit too, friend.
Yep, move please.
Yeah, like
I'm
that
getting,
right there.
I'm getting
Yes,
ahead
okay.
of myself.
Well, just don't lose your head and you're fine.
Speaking of which, Beam, you said you wanted to go after Cog
Yes.
Yay.
with your
After
held action.
after having seen Cog assault somebody, Bean's going to actually. I have to make sure I can even. Yeah, I can because you just measured it, didn't you? Oh yeah, no, 100%. Gonna go right here. And the person that Cog also tried to assault, he is going to snap trap. Oh my god.
Okay, you're getting 2 attacks of opportunity onto you.
The ones are prevalent this game.
They are. And luckily not from me. I mean, luckily for...
That is, yeah, that's like my worst nightmare right now.
A 22 and a 17.
They both hit. Wait, do they? Yeah, they both hit. At
11
least,
slashing damage overall.
at least it's only 11. I'm glad it's only 11.
That's still almost max damage from both of them. All of them did
I
get
know,
max.
but usually when this happens, we're later in the game. Max damage from one person is like 100 damage, and then
That's
I'm
right.
over here and I'm like rolls nat 1, and I'm in like with Pinko. The only reason Pinko survived was because he was a warlock and he kept doing damage to get extra health.
So, do you have any bonus actions or anything you wish to do?
I guess I'll burn a key point to snap trap at least once more,
Okay. 8
and that's not
misses.
gonna hit. I'm so sad that those rolls are that low.
So, it would be the bandit's turn. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He is specifically avoiding Unusor after the challenge. He's like, I'm not getting in the middle of that. That's their issue now.
Let them fight.
I don't live here anymore.
This
That's
isn't
a-
my
that's a-
problem.
That's a problem for not me.
He's going here. He's going there. 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, I should make him work there. He's going to come around here at this side. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We'll take him there. And 30 will take him there. And I believe I've not missed anyone, aside from those behind the cart, but they're staying put. So, let's do this from left to right with these guys. As I just quickly give it once over to make sure I didn't miss anyone. This nice little lineup here that we've got of 6 behind the leader. Pull out their light crossbows. And they're going to take pot shots at the party. So, first shot will be on Cog. And we'll miss. Second shot is on Marquis. And we'll miss. Third one will be on Bean. And we'll miss. But it is increasing slowly. Axon for 4. 19 on Axon. Au-Zuk. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah,
So,
9.
Au-Zuk's hit.
Well, I
19.
was using that, but that's just gone to the fucking nether realms of my
Oh.
screen. Where? Oh, come back. Alright, where the fuck was I? 19, you son of a bitch. Shield.
Shield will stop it. Given if it takes your AC to a 19 or above it. No, if it takes it to a 20 or above it anyway.
Yeah, it's currently 23 now.
Okay, yep, that will stop it. Fifth one is going to be shooting Sanna. 14.
Like that is a miss.
Okay. And the last one is shooting Misskiff. 16.
That hits.
6 damage. 6 piercing.
Well, I'm back down to 11.
Okay. With that little lineup done, this one here that's near Cog is also going to shoot at Cog because they are not in range for a melee attack. Nat 20.
Ow.
So that's rolling 2d8 now instead of 1d8. 9 damage, Cog. Because it somehow just manages to find the right place to land an arrow.
You're just hitting the robot. That's fine.
Oh, no, no, no. This is the middle.
Hmm.
But we won't go further into that. This one here, just to the here, is going to shoot at Sanna as well and miss with
That
an
is a
11.
miss.
These two that are coming down the flank, one shot on Au-Zuk, one shot on Misskiff. Misses Au-Zuk, 10 on Misskiff.
10 misses.
Okay. The two behind the barrels. One shot on Bean, one shot on Au-Zuk. On Bean it's a 10, and on Au-Zuk it's a miss. So 10
Miss.
miss.
That's a weird
Miss.
number.
Okay.
Miss,
So
miss, miss.
now we get to the
Well,
ones
I
that
mean, yeah.
now we
It's not really a weird number.
now we get to those ones that are in melee range. So the one that Bean tried to hit is going to try and hit back.
No.
14.
Meet and beat. Or defender wins, whichever you're doing.
It's
I
meet
don't
and
know. I
beat.
can't remember. It is meet and beat. Okay.
Yeah. 7 damage.
7 damage. Oh my god, no.
And for the other two melee attacks, given Au-Zuk is glowing with a magical barrier, they are going to flank an attack to hope that they can break through it. And with the first advantage roll, that's a miss, and with the other one attacking with advantage, that's also a miss. So that is the bandit's turn done. Bandit Captain rushes at Unusor, getting ready to attack. And as he rushes forward, wielding his, I believe these guys are armed with scimitars. Yep. Oh no, he, in one hand, scimitar. With the other one, he looks like he just quickly pulls out a dagger as well. And he goes to hit.
I see a multi-attack going.
Oh yeah, no, bandit captains get 3 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
2 with scimitar, 1 with dagger. 16.
Miss.
That will
Miss.
also be a miss, and with the dagger, is this still a +5? Yes, it is. 20 with the
Ooh,
dagger.
that's a hit.
Okay. Luckily, it's just a dagger. So it's only 5 damage. But as he does manage to find a sweet spot just to plunge in the dagger after you parry away his 2 scimitar attacks, he just lets out a sly grin. I recognize that prayer, or at least the least bastardized version of it. So how about I send you to your multi-headed bitch?
Oh my.
Does Unusor have a response to that?
The whole battlefield falls quiet.
Every
Yeah,
bandit and party members
Well-
going, oh!
yeah, he is just silently contempt.
And here's the
Just,
thing.
just grinning
It's
ear
not,
to ear if he had ears.
it's not the end of his turn yet.
Where
As with
am
a slight whistle, Misskiff, you see a shadow descending.
He fucking cast this. It's his familiar.
He summoned the familiar back.
Yep, as the falcon descends down towards you.
Uh,
The falcon is going to make an attack.
Does the Falcon see Marquis?
The falcon is fully fixated on what it perceives as prey.
Okay, cool. The Marquis will remind the Falcon.
Not if Sanna is first.
I mean, the snake does need to eat, so the Marquis will let that happen, I guess.
So, it should
Well,
be
this is the
noted.
thing. Everyone's just going, we're going to fuck that thing up for messing with the party tiny.
It should be noted, given it started off in the air, it is using its dive action to add some extra slashing damage to its next attack this turn.
bring it, bitch.
So if it manages to hit It's oof damage.
Who is it going to hit?
Misskiff.
It's going for me.
No, not fluffy one.
Hold on. I am going to silvery barbs that.
Okay, what does silvery barbs do? Okay, must re-roll it and use the lower roll. 16. is the
That
lowest
still
roll.
hits.
Yep.
Fuck.
I don't know why this page has decided to give them a +5 to hit. I think it's because they don't do much damage.
It shouldn't. Like, familiars don't get that much of a bonus.
This is the thing. There's no official stats for a falcon.
Then you go off a hawk.
That would make more sense. I typed in falcon, it came up like a falcon thing, and I just realised that's homebrew rules. Guess what?
Yeah.
Guess what, Dion?
What?
Hawks also hit on a +5.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. Yes, Hawks sit on a +5. It's the only thing they have.
Look, do you know why they hit on a +5, though, Dion?
Why?
They get the plus.
You take 1 damage. They can only do 1
Mhm.
damage.
I mean, at her size, that would be a critical wound.
I mean, I am down to 10 hit points.
Oh my.
I guess that's the point of them. It's just, they won't do much damage, but they've got a good chance of hitting just so they can do a bit of nicking.
But, Unessa now has advantage on your next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw for the next minute.
Ooh. Sanna, it would be you.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Is biting considered an unarmed strike?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Cool.
looked it up myself because I wanted to make sure that it was for Bean, because Bean could only bite and punch people with his tail, so it is an unarmed strike.
I am going to pull on Ozzy Osbourne and run up to this bird, try to grab it, and bite his freaking head off.
Okay.
Love that you described that as an Ozzy Osbourne.
Make me attack.
I like that. I like that I'm picturing this being done with "I don't want to stop" in the background.
Remember that you do have the bonus from Marquis for this.
Yes.
You basically get advantage.
What do I
Advantage
need to
on
roll?
hitting. Do you not have just the bite attack, or
No, I only have unarmed strike,
it would be like an unarmed strike then?
so it's
If
an
you're a monk.
advantage. That is a crit.
So, you just slither on forward upon seeing a bird, attacking your little friend. With one mighty chomp, it just dissipates again.
Just in your head. Thank you!
I was gonna make a joke, but I'll let it slide.
No, I can't say that to you because fuck, I can't change my telepathy yet.
And as a bonus
You
action,
can't
I
change
am
your
going
telepathy,
to
but you can give a tiny little paw up kind of thing.
like a paw thumbs up.
Yeah.
The little one thanks you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I'm
that
still
works.
talking in Nessa's head.
And as a bonus action, I am going to spend a key point to summon my arms of the astral self.
Okay.
So you just see a set of extra arms form that are slightly translucent and red of color, with the same tattoos that she has on her own arms, but just glowing in a fiery yellow.
Impressive.
Pretty.
Also, makes me want to say that you have a stand.
Now, do you know what I was thinking more along the lines of? Borderlands 3, the siren from that.
Yeah. Not the reason I don't like that game. I actually rather like those characters.
I don't know who else has the astral self, but if you want to read what it does.
Oh, it's great. Astral Self is great.
I literally can punch people from 10 feet away.
Mhm.
You're essentially a Lowy, but with arms.
So,
Yeah.
with that being your turn, Misskiff.
Oh gosh, finally. Sorry. Just been sat here like. All right. Friend. Enemy.
Enemy.
I can't do shit to these guys now because there's too many people in the way. But are these trees or just bushes?
They're bushes.
The bush
Damn it.
yourself.
Getting to higher ground is
Like,
preferable.
you see
I
more
mean,
along the lines
Sanna
of
is
trees, though.
higher ground.
Yeah, that is true.
You are, but they can still hit me while I'm stood on your head. I have a 30-foot climb speed. Like, I could get pretty high if I got somewhere with a good enough
You would know that the
height.
nearest tree, Dion, is this one.
Yeah, this one.
No, this one here, just behind the bushes. To the right.
Oh. Okay. That he is 25 foot away. But this guy is in combat with me.
Yep.
I don't like that.
Meaning you would have to take a disengage action to make sure it didn't hit you.
Well, I can disengage as a bonus action because rogue.
Yeah.
But instead of doing that, I'm going to look at him. And I'm gonna shank his shins.
I'm gonna look at it or I'm gonna stab him in his big toe.
Pretty much. Like, remember what I discussed? Her freaking rapier is like basically a big needle.
Oh god.
So...
I've just imagined you rolling that 20 with this and just slice his tendon.
Spanish Splinter.
I look at him, tilt my head to the side, and slash his Achilles.
Yeah.
Take him out.
And I've got an ally within 5 foot of him.
Yep.
Hold on.
Au-Zuk is indeed within 5 foot.
Yeah, I'm just checking. Yes, okay. Because I needed to check if that gave me sneak attack.
Okay.
Why did it add plus? Oh, it gave it not a dat set. It needs to be a damage modifier, dude. So that 2 is not added onto the 23.
No, but that's still a 23, which is still a hit.
But that'd be 6 damage.
Okay.
Fucking slashing them ankles.
He is
Yeah,
still
pretty
up,
much just
but
get
ouch.
slashed in the ankle.
No more ankles!
And just this little thing on the ground just chittering at him like, yay!
So this does remind me as well, just quickly. I've gone to the Barbarian level in the 3.5 game, where I get the improved Uncanny Dodge, where essentially, but I can't be flanked, and therefore sneak attack damage does not procs on me.
Yeah. Well, it's not just flanking. That's not what sneak attack does. It's
no,
not
for
just
3.5, I mean.
Oh, right, yeah. But I am going to disengage.
Okay.
And I'm going to go. And I'm gonna start making for this tree and essentially get 5 foot up it before I have to stop.
Yep. So just in this little thingy, just in your blue thing there, I'll put 5 to indicate how many feet up you are.
And that's Misskiff.
It is now Bean.
I just stabbed him in his ankles and ran away.
You're being hit multiple times and being very unhappy with this. I'm burning another key point. Wait, can I? I don't even think I can. No, 'cause
Oh,
we're not
no.
high. God damn it. Yeah, I'll burn another key point. I was gonna try to do something else, but I'll burn another key point to do another 2 snap traps.
Okay.
Hapacha. Nope. Hapacha. Why? Why? It gets a +5. Why?
Happens to the best of us, Raka.
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna take the hit
Okay.
to leave.
A 19 and a 17.
They both hit.
Aren't
does-
you a monk?
Oh no! Wait. No. Wait. They can't.
I am.
They can't. They've
You
taken their
can
reaction for this turn.
disengage.
Oh.
Bonus action disengage.
I just used burn my key point to bonus action attack.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, they
I
used the
can't.
reaction this turn. They can't.
Hello. Hello, friend. Just attaches himself
It would
to
be.
face.
It would be Au-Zuk now.
It would be the Au-Zuk.
Yes.
Zuko.
The Au-Zuk is currently being flanked.
That is fine. Going to make them very, very something. That's a lot of bollocks I'm not reading. What about that one?
TLDR.
So, as a bonus action, Au-Zuk will sort of breathe in deep and let out a very large roar for a little kobold. Using Draconic Roar, lol, all of these motherfuckers, you can hit them with advantage. Even Raka can hit someone now. I mean,
Oh, within 10 foot, so yeah.
no flanking will be necessary, only murder.
Cool.
Now, let's get on to step 2 of,
So yeah, it's basically does 4.
So, 5, 4, yeah. Increase range. Because I've increased range, I'm going to laugh all the way to the bank. I do not cry.
We'll just mark those 4 so that you know which ones are affected by the scream at the moment. There we go.
Very quiet music. I'm not sure it's from my songs.
This is where I also marked a barrel and you realise it's actually black puddings and not oil.
Do not the puddings. Alright. To be entirely honest, beyond that, however, my tactics do not change. Except now I do so with advantage.
Okay.
So I stab. There it is. There's my stab.
19 will hit. Which one are you doing? The one in front or the one behind?
Oh, yeah, the one in front because I'm arculating.
Yep, 19 hits.
And in addition, 5 lightning to the one behind the one I just hit, and 4 damage directly to the one I hit.
Okay, so you plunge your blade deep into the one in front of you. And as the blade comes out the back of him, a lightning bolt just jolts out from it and just shocks the one behind as this guy falls over dead.
I was gonna laugh if I killed the guy behind first.
You almost did. So,
Do I want to use any Munchia? I'll just, as well, move here, so that at least for the time being I cannot be flanked.
okay.
It's quite as easy.
So, with that,
We'll set someone else up for an easy flank. Right?
Unusor.
I am happy you are tiny, because I can
It's
punch over you.
me. So, correct me if I'm wrong. Advantage on this? Yes.
because
Yeah, your advantage on your next attack roll, saving throw, or ability check.
Right. I will use it on a good old-fashioned attack roll.
Nice.
I'm going to be striking with my longsword with one hand. Does a shield count as a weapon?
I don't believe it does. I believe shield it counts as armor.
Yes, I'm just wondering for the sake of my fighting style. When I'm wielding a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapons, I gain +2.
Shield does count as a weapon, but not for the fighting style.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Shield counts for a weapon in the fact that it does 2 damage if you ran someone into it, but for the fighting style, it does not count. Sadly.
That is good to know.
So, well, it's not so much a sadly thing. It's actually beneficial that it doesn't count as a weapon, but that's
Wait, why is my chainmail listed in my weapons?
Why isn't that?
just in case you wanted to take your armor off and beat someone to death with it.
Fair enough.
You just want to beat that motherfucker with another motherfucker.
No, that was
Doesn't it
last
take-
session.
Doesn't it take like a little bit more than one action to take off chainmail?
Not if I burst out of it. The full Johnny Bravo style. Anyway, I am going to strike at him with my longsword, and if it hits, Searing Smite.
Okay.
So, advantage is juggled on. Ooh, that is not a good roll.
12 misses, unfortunately.
Wait, affected in my fighting style, I think? Yes, it
Yeah, fighting style is damage rolls, not.
Oh, is it? Ah, yes, it is. I misread that. Well, Fook. Okay. Cool. It's definitely not everything I can do. Nope,
Ooh.
definitely not. Yeah, I'm just kidding. That is legit all I can really do.
So, as you swing down, he manages just to quickly parry it with the scimitar. Too predictable.
I refer back.
Talk.
I refer back to the. Oh no, I didn't post the GIF yet. All right, hold on. I'm gonna put a GIF in the D&D chat. This is my current view of it.
I'm just like imagining just in a nearby tree because she can't change her freaking thing right now. There's just chittering.
I've got full Tai Long. Finally, a worthy opponent.
Marquis, it would be you.
Just chittering little Sable in the corner.
Cog was shot, yes.
Cog was indeed shot with an arrow by this guy right here.
Shot the hand.
Marquis is going to go up to that one, as he does. As he's kind of walking, it's that same, he's keeping his composure, but the air around him is very obviously angry, as he's like, "Today you have attacked my ship, attacked my friend, and to be quite honest, I could weed a whole garden with the mistakes that you boys have made. So, as a creature of extremes, I do not lie. I am absolutely livid at your presence of still being alive." And Marquis is grabbing to what anyone that's smaller than him would look like a cleaver, but to him, being a Giff, it is a rapier. And he is going to upright attack it.
The Marquis is a doctor.
Doctor is in.
Yeah,
Does a
14
14
hits.
Wonderful. Because we're also using Astral Spark with that.
Okay.
So he is being smacked with the full force of gravity as well. As that's going to be 12 points of damage as the Marquis just slams the rapier down into the shoulder with the full force of gravity.
So. Oh, you mean you've applied gravity to your weapon, not to him? Okay.
Yeah, it's so Astral Spark, it basically just does +2 force damage.
Okay, so I'm going to flavor it like this. You slam the cleaver down into his shoulder, just like between the neck and such. He kind of buckles slightly, just lets out a bit of a chuckle because the 10 would have left him with a little bit of HP left, but with the extra damage on top for the gravity. He just laughs, and then you see as if gravity itself just forces him down, and he just buckles and crumbles. Kind of like imagine like an aftershock hitting.
It's a shame. In my day, men could stand on their own 2 feet. Ugh. Cog, I've done it again. I got blood on my boots.
I'll have to clean them later.
You were actually right, Dion. I could have saved myself if they had. Because I still had 1 key point left, and I can still
Yeah.
burn it to protect myself because I chose Way of the Open Hand.
So
Yeah.
Why he has no weapons.
is that Marquis?
Improvised attacks, always.
Since Astral Spark is free will, it's not an action or a bonus action.
Okay.
I just get 2 for long rest. We are going to go ahead and use Master of Tactics to give Cog the help action.
Okay. Speaking
Ah.
of,
So she is advantage.
speaking of, what would be Cog?
Cool.
Cog, you feel a bit of energy surge as you have been told that the Marquis's boots have been bloodied.
I don't think there's anybody close enough for me to touch. Except for the one that's
There's-
currently being taken care of.
Yeah, I mean, there's this guy and this guy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You use X's to say they're dead.
Yes.
Cool. Yep, you're within reason. Our Cog is just going to saunter up. And we are going to be using the fabulous Emerald Hammer, but we're also going to be using Arcane Weapon.
Okay. So it'll deal an extra 1d6 damage of the type you wish.
Ooh. I'm not particular to any particular one at the moment, although lightning would be hilarious. Now, I feel like trying to roll it with Roll20.
Oh.
Huh.
That is with advantage.
I mean, you're not wrong. Roll your damage.
That means there's extra damage.
I've managed to say so with the power of Roar
Crispy
X-Ray.
Dabblage.
So that is 3 plus 7, and if I remember correctly, Emerald Dragon.
So that's 15 plus the d6.
He had only 5
15.
HP left.
Oh yes, he's decimated.
So you just run up and just... Would you say it's an underswing or an overswing?
This is definitely an overswing because Cog is not currently in a good mood.
Okay. So you rush up and just smack at top of the dome, and you feel his legs just buckle as he just falls to the side. His head now essentially dented enough that it could act as an ashtray.
The amazing part of this is that hammer does psionic damage.
How's
Yeah,
the
so-
question? Because I did this without asking. How is Marquis like decent on strength?
So Marquise's class is rogue, but yes, his I built him to be massively decent with strength.
Okay, because I forgot to do this with Cog, but there are certain people who are gonna have to roll to pick me up. I am not light. I am 80 motherfucking pounds.
What's that in
So
normal
average-
people stuff?
So average strength in the world of D&D is 10. The plus 0 is the average. Anything above is actually over average. Anything above a 13 is considered super average. Anything above a 15 is considered, holy shit, you're the strongest. And if you have a 20, you're godly.
Okay,
So what-
because I have 16 in my strength and 18 in my dexterity.
Did you say 90
Of
pounds?
course, this is also proportionate to size.
This is true.
Did you say 90?
Oh,
Raka, did you say £90 for it?
80.
Oh,
I'm
80.
80 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just,
that's child's play. I have hippo build.
I'm just
That's
translating that.
child's play.
So around 36.2 kilograms.
Yeah,
That's doable.
like hippo build. That's yeah.
So, yes. Is that your turn, Cog?
Yes.
It will be the bandit's turn. Those 6 are staying over there to do their range. These ones will start indeed moving up. This one taking more of an interest in trying to ping the rodent out of the tree. Or at least what he sees as a rodent.
I am
Run!
not a rodent. I'm not a rodent. Fuck you.
He's going to wave through the bushes to try and get to you. As he is quite literally seeing a giant snake lady essentially eat the boss's pet. You just hear him going out going, "Hey, so's from Rodney!"
Holy shit, they done killed Jared.
They killed Rodney. She ate him.
You fighting what?
So let's do these 5 ranged boys first. The 6 pinging boys first. I can also close the hawk sheet now because the hawk is now dead.
Good.
Well, dissipated, and he doesn't have time while in a fight to
I hope you
regain it.
understand. I hope you understand that Misskiff just has a very much a dislike for birds.
So 2 of them are going to, well, first thing first. One of them pinging Marquis. Miss. Second one pinging Bean. 16.
Oh, that's a hit.
I feel so bad that it's like everyone else I seem to always miss. Bean. Ah yes, laser precision.
No, it's not just Bean. It's all of my characters.
I would like to say, from the monk you get deflect missiles as a reaction.
I was gonna say that as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I believe with Way of the Open Hand you can't get it until 5.
No,
Or
it's
not
it's a
even.
base
It's
monk
like a base monk trait, starting
Yeah.
at level 3.
Way of the Open Hand improves it at level 5, but
So-
you do get it at level 3.
If I recall right for
Okay, then I
deflect,
read that wrong.
yes, if I recall right for
He-
deflect missile, here we go. So
Yeah, he.
you can use your reaction to deflect it. So I don't believe you've used your reaction yet.
Has not.
So roll 1d10 and add your monk level and dex modifier to it. And if you reduce the damage to 0, you get to catch it, spend the key point, and throw it back. Yes,
Oh, that's 17.
you managed to catch the arrow.
Bing. I'll burn my last key point. I'm sending that shit back. Go away.
Okay.
Marquis is just sitting there, sipping tea. Arrow casually goes through the handle of teacup, comes back through handle of teacup, sips tea.
So make me a ranged attack with proficiency.
D20
And it counts as a
plus.
monk weapon for the attack as well.
Oh, son of a bitch. So it's a D20 plus.
Plus your dex plus
Proficiencies.
proficiency.
Yeah, but so Dex is 4, proficiency is
3rd.
huh?
It's 2 on 3rd level.
Oh, 2. Okay, so that's 6.
So 1d20 plus 6.
That's 20.
That hits. Roll me the damage, which would be... Does that go off the damage of what the attack should have been, or does it have its own damage thing? I forget.
I have no idea, it doesn't say.
Yeah. I
I
think
guess-
it's damage off what the weapon would have been.
Yeah, so roll
Yeah.
1d8 plus 1.
9.
So that would be 9 damage in total to this one.
Bean's tired of taking people's bullshit.
So, the third hit range person is going to try and shoot Cog. Nat 20. Sorry, Cog. 2 people have critted against you today. Take 13 damage, Cog. As another arrow lands in your centerpiece.
Angry robot noises.
People.
The 4th one is going to try and shoot Au-Zuk. 16.
No.
5th one is going to try and shoot Sanna. 18.
That is a hit, and I want to react with that.
Go
Deflect missile.
I did it again. You said the character's name, and I was like, "Wait, what? Why is it hitting me?" And then it clicked. I'm like, "Fuck!"
2 people can have similar names, Santa.
So how many
I-
damage?
I
How much
know, my
damage
real
is it
name's
doing?
Austin.
It is doing 1d8 plus 1, so 6. You need to beat 6. Which I believe you may already do so via your proficiency.
And
Well, your
just
monk
with
level
my
and
with my dex and my
Yeah.
level, yes.
Yes. So, make an
I don't
attack
have
back.
I don't have a key point to spend to do
Okay,
that, so
so
I
you-
am just gonna catch it and then drop it.
Okay.
Or unless I can deflect it, then deflect it towards an enemy, but I doubt it.
I used all my key points in this whole little combat session.
I would say, given it needs the reaction, the key point would be to also use it as a weapon. So, unfortunately, no. Because I was toying with the idea of you could use it just to shank this guy. Actually, you know what? Yeah, because
I mean,
We'll-
I
we'll
could
allow
as
it
an
as a
improvised
reaction.
weapon.
yeah, we'll allow it as a
Hey.
reaction. You can shank the guy next to you.
Leigh, that shot on Cog was where did that hit her at?
You mean which one shot her?
No, where did they ping her at?
The
Chest
center.
piece.
Okay.
Center mass.
Yeah, center mass. Mainly because the first person that critted her managed to hit the center mass, and it seemed to have more of a reaction.
What would the shank
Uh,
be roll as? Improvised weapon or
yeah, improvised weapon.
is that a flat d20?
You
Please
still
just
get your
d20 plus your strength.
Yeah,
So
so
a flat d20.
you don't have any strength.
Oh, I rolled really shit.
Oof.
17
17 hits.
damage. 1d8 plus 1.
Yep.
Seven damage.
Ooh.
7
And
damage.
And I just leave the arrow in wherever I stab it.
I just imagine it's a case if you catch the arrows, stab the guy behind you, then just most of the guy that tries to shoot you like, this is your fault, look what you did.
This is why you're not allowed to have the bow.
Oh yeah, no, I've got the one last
For
person. that needs
God's
to choose a
sake,
weapon.
Steve!
Unfortunately, they cannot shoot
Fucking
Misskiff, as I
Steve.
believe Misskiff is just about out of range. Let me check.
I am in a tree.
Oh no, you are within range for long.
In range, but an obscured object.
Which means they'd have disadvantage.
Well,
if it's
I
in
don't
its
think I
long
need to roll
range,
anything beyond that.
no.
Pick everybody get them.
This guy that was behind them all, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, as he tries to sneak around the back of the building. Those 3 are already in combat. This guy here is going to try and ping you while you're in the tree. 10.
That misses.
Yep, so it just kind of hits one of the branches and snaps it off. I will do the melee combat next. So, Au-Zuk, you are not going to be flanked actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's pretty
17.
good, don't you guys? Nope.
17 hit.
No.
Okay, Second,
Thank you so much for your that bitch,
the one in the middle is going to try and attack Sanna with a unnatural 20.
Sure,
That-
sure.
That's a hit.
Yep. As he comes across with the scimitar, but only just about manages to nick you with it. So just 2 damage.
His.
And the second one will miss with an 11, I'm assuming.
Yes.
And then you've got the people behind the cart, who see what Cog just did, and shout out, "Fuck it, this ain't worth it! Battering ram!" And they're going to try pushing the cart to run over Cog. Cog, make me a dex save if you would.
They
They really don't like Cog.
Cog's in the way and also just brained one of their people.
That was a 19.
Cog, you managed to roll out the way as this wagon just goes careening down. It's like,
Going over the speed bump that is their allies.
yeah, pretty much. It goes. Actually, I should probably make a roll for that, but the cart does go careening off down the path and off the map. Do the barrels stay on?
What does their boss think of them getting rid of cargo?
He's too
I
busy.
significantly hope that none of the pieces were actually on that.
Given that I rolled a 15, one of the 4 barrels has indeed rolled off. And as it does, the lid pops open, you see the oil spill out onto the ground. And you see, hidden within, one of the eyes.
Oh, you
Mother of
just ended that
God.
one there. There wasn't more to that, but fair.
One of the eyes off the ship.
Yes. So essentially, but there's a bit of an oil slick here.
Someone call
Just-
WNF.
Just immediately give Cog attention if Cog sees the freaking pieces coming out of the freaking barrels.
Yeah, Cog could see it.
Oh, that's my attention giver now. Cog's going that way when it's their next turn.
And it would be the captain now.
It is the captain now.
It is the captain now. The captain is still eyeing Unusor after having parried the sword. It's going to take his swings. And I need to make sure that I'm doing this correctly. Yes. A 10 with the first scimitar swing, which is a miss.
Hmm?
And then a nat 20 on the second.
Oh yeah,
Silvery barbs. He has to
he gonna
re-roll
die.
that and take the lower roll.
Would
Thank
he
you,
not?
Dion.
Would Silvery Barbs not go off the first roll? Or does it go
No.
off every hit?
It goes off whichever roll I target.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just
Santi.
reaction. You just
That
roll
would miss.
and then give them.
Andu Nessa gets the advantage again on his next
Yep.
attack roll, saving throw, or ability check.
And a 22 with the dagger.
But
Ooh,
that
yeah,
is
that-
all my spells
Yep. So essentially, but
used.
you see him go wide with the first shot. You see him about to land a blow on what would be a vital organ with the second swing, only for it to bounce off you as a glimmer of silver covers that area.
It'd be more he gets distracted by something. Because that's what it does.
Oh, right.
It like
That's what it
causes
does. Okay.
It
So-
causes like a magical
Sorry?
distraction that impedes them.
Yep, and the distraction was the slave thingy, so really looks
Yeah.
like he's gone for the swing, it's just gone wide. Because he thought he was hitting it, it's like, nope. And then he's gone in with the dagger again, the same spot that he stabbed before. Because that's a guaranteed reliable source of damage.
I can't do that again, by the way.
But it's
that
only-
was my last first level spell.
It's only 4 damage as the dagger goes back in the hole.
Okie dokie.
After I'm done with you, whoever's doing that, I'm going to skin. and hang as a flag.
Misskiff really couldn't give less of a shit about this guy.
Hmm. Yeah, he gonna die.
Sanna,
So which one did I shank with the arrow?
this one right here. To your
And
right.
which one was the one shooting at Misskiff?
The one that's currently shooting at Misskiff is this guy right here.
Cool.
Oh, wait,
I,
you mean the one that tried to shoot? Oh, no, yeah. Sorry.
The one that tried to shoot me, yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that tried to shoot.
So I'm going to constrictor grapple the guy that I shanked,
Okay.
which is... Oh, I accidentally had advantage on, but it's a 21.
I mean, a 21 would still definitely hit.
So that's 8 damage. And he's restrained.
He's more than restrained as you feel his bones give way.
Cool. That is an example for the guy that's standing next to him. Would I move on to the square that he is on?
I'd assume so, given you were wrapped up around him.
Did you wanna like step on the body? That's fine with us.
I am
He's
wrapped around the body. And as a bonus action, I am going to use Eldritch Maul,
Okay.
which is the tattoos grow some inky tendrils, and I can punch someone or unarmed strike someone from 15 feet away, which is this guy. So I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Like that. Tattoos
15.
shouldn't move.
15 hits.
So I'm gonna hit this boy.
Okay.
And
Welcome
it's
to
with
Sorcerer.
advantage, by the way, because of the dragon's roar.
Yep, so just roll it again just to see if you get a nat 20.
Nope.
You didn't, so it's 7 plus a d6 force damage.
I will roll that.
It's 10 in total.
10 damage.
Yeah, he's too busy watching for Misskiff in the tree. And then all of a sudden, just smack at the side of the face. With a punch that probably feels like several smaller punches linked in with it as all the small tendrils hit at the same time as well.
Yeah, if he would look across to where Sanna is right now, he would just see the creepy snake lady wrapped around the body of his friend, smiling at him. And then she'd be like, "Stay away from my new friend."
You're friends with vermin. And I thought Dharma's life was pathetic. And he would just look over and be like, dude, not now. It would be Misskiff.
Okay. Misskiff very much dislikes being looked at as vermin. Because she's not. And how tall is this tree?
Oh, I would say it's a pine tree, so how tall does pine trees get? How tall do pine trees grow? It would be roughly... I don't know how much that is in feet.
What? How many meters is it?
If you're saying at least 15 meters, so that'd be around 50 feet.
15?
Yeah, so we'll say 75 foot tall, this pine tree.
Okay, I'm gonna run up an additional 30 foot, so I am currently 35 foot up.
Okay.
And which one just called her a vermin?
The one that's been trying to shoot you.
Which one is that?
This boy right here. Who
Okay.
you will get advantage on because he was one that was in the screen.
Yeah. I'm going to switch my telepathic link to him.
With a bonus action?
Yep.
Yep.
I'm going to look at him and go, this vermin... Sorry, I lost the voice then. This vermin is going to be your doom. And then I'm going to Ray of Frost him.
Yep.
Puke that ray of frost on him.
Shoot that ray of frost into his heart.
Oh, I've been using this wrong.
That was not what I was trying to roll. +6? Oh, ignore that 6.
A 19 still
I
hits.
forgot. Yeah, I forgot to turn off the sneak attack damage modifier.
So he just.
So that's 8 points of cold damage.
So he looks up here. It's like, oh, it's worse. The vermin's a bloody chimney sweep. Before he can say chimney sweep, the ray of frost hits him dead in the chest, and he goes down. He had 1 HP remaining after the punch.
Yep. It's glare.
Is that you?
Yeah. I can't do anything else. I use my bonus action to talk to him.
Bean.
Yeah.
Lean.
Oh, oops, sorry. Right there. I'm gonna slither a mean bear trap and out of my mouth across the ground and snap the other dragon in the leg. If God will it.
Does God will?
No. I don't think that hits.
Eat and beat.
5. But he is also just keeping the bear trap on his leg.
So it's
like, I guess a grapple? Or no?
I mean, unless you're literally trying to pull him in, it'd be more a case of just affecting him as a normal bear trap would.
Yeah,
So it's less
he's not
grappling,
really
more a
like
case
trying
of-
to reel him in, but it's more of like an irritation, do damage, keep it stabbing him.
So as he's just pulling the dagger out of you, Unusor,
Mm.
you hear a snap, and he goes, and he will look down to see his leg now in a bear trap. I thought you said an honourable duel.
Okay, I will reply to that on my turn.
Okay, Au-Zuk,
Oh boy, it's me.
it's you.
I've been keeping my shit simple. I seem to have some. They are no longer frightened. That ends at the start of my turn, I believe. Don't quote me on that though. Hang on, actually. Oh no, that's the end of my next turn now. Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
so yeah, he's still scared.
I'm still horny and he's still not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Jeez, I think I'm just gonna continue to be a bit fucking boring, like.
I mean, it's getting the job done.
As the mischiefs.
Just gonna check something first. It's not something I've ever used before, and it's not something I could just copy into my sheet. So give me just a minute. Give roll 20 just a minute. How am I gonna pick it?
That's why I just saw your message, Ranna. and that
No,
is
not
definite-
Sorcerer 34. Go away. Nor my fat fingers. Like what I want.
I'll be back in a
Right.
minute. Gonna go bathroom.
Okay.
There, that's what I wanted. Right. As a bonus Sorry, I thought I saw something. As a bonus action on this turn, I'm just going to convert my 2 sorcery points to a level 1 spell slot for shielding purposes, potentially. Otherwise, I'm going to do what I usually, I say usually do, what I've been doing this entire fight, which is slash on the one with advantage. Well, the one I have advantage, whatever. You know what? Got a load of... Pick your flavor of fucking 12!
Pick your flavour of meat and beat.
Incredible. I mean, yeah, I suppose. Alright. The one at the top is taking 8 slashing damage. The one to my right is taking probably a depressing amount of lightning damage when I find my attack. There it is. 3!
Yeah. You do manage to slash away through the one that was still kind of shaken as they're facing you down, despite being much taller than you. And just from the
I'm cutting through them as a group anyway.
and just as you slash a wound down the chest, lightning sparks from the wound into the back of the head of the one who is currently facing down at Sanna.
And I'm just going to look at him and go, listen, I'm not really one for words on a battlefield. So if you want to leave, now is your final chance, because I'm not going to give you longer than, say, 6 seconds. Don't question why it's so specific.
It would be Unusor.
Okay. So.
Remember, you have advantage on your next attack ability save
yes.
or
Thank you
saving
for
throw.
reminding me. Oh yeah. He had said. I thought you said an honorable duel. Is this a?
What? Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, okay. Now I see where I was doing this differently. So, I've been using the breath weapon alteration brought in with fizz bands, not the default breath weapon. So it wouldn't be 15 feet; it's a 30-foot line.
Oh.
And I can use it as many times as my proficiency. It's my proficiency bonus.
If it was a line, let me, in retrospect, make a quick. He would have failed him in the back, so now I need to try and remember how much damage he took from the initial one with the bullets.
I mean, you don't need to do it retroactively.
Nah.
I'll just
okay.
leave it.
Okay.
No. Show. Oh, and
we lost
okay.
someone.
Did we?
Was it Zach? Yeah, I was saying, was it Zach?
Yeah.
So yeah, as I strike again with my longsword, I would not literally, but I would spit at him. I never said honorable vermin.
24 hits.
All right, so it's 9 slashing damage, including my Searing Smite. What level can I cast it at? I can only cast it at first. Okay.
This is honorable. What are you talking about? I'm just making sure that he can't run away all willy-nilly when he decides to pussy out.
And I'm just making sure he fails some rolls.
So he must make a Constitution saving throw or take 3 fire damage.
I'm committing ethnic genocide on bandits. What?
And as I do this, I will yell, "By fire and scale, die!" I like playing an evil character for a change. It's an interesting change of pace.
As someone who has played a Death Cleric of Tiamat, it's fucking fun. It's fucking fun.
It's fucking hell on my voice, though.
It would be Marquis.
The Marquis is taking this chance, just skirting around. He's gonna come up to this point as he's gonna kind of skirt around. He is grabbing the eye. He's gonna hand it to Cog as he's gonna look at Cog. All right, how's Royce? Can you move?
Royce does a thumbs up.
Wonderful. He's going to hand you the eye. Keep watch of that. He's going to look at the two that threw the cart.
Yep.
You two gentlemen. I'm a creature of extremes. I have a tendency to flip on my mind in the battlefield. So for the next couple minutes, before I change my mind, run. Make good on your lives. Get a family, get a job. Do something other than this.
The
Because
two,
if you don't...
the two will shout back, "We are family."
Then you should care enough about each other. Because you're losing this fight. So take this chance and run the fuck away.
Yeah.
Is that your turn?
I'm just seeing if they'll run.
You'll find out what they do on their turn.
Alrighty. At that, Marquis is facing towards the volley. He has set himself up between the volley and Cog. And because of Hippo build, he is massive.
Okay.
So he is very much standing in between them. And he is going to take out Gary again. He's going to fire at him. Let's go the person on the rock.
Okay. Trying to hit.
Alrighty.
Same.
So as you shout a warning to these two to run, you point your gun over in that direction and you blow the head off the guy on the rock.
What a shame.
And you hear them both shout out, "No, Lenny!"
Yeah.
He's gonna look back. He's gonna look back at the other two. Be happy that it wasn't you. You made the mistakes of fighting dragons.
But we work for a dragon.
Hold on, the fuck!
I take offense to that.
That was literally the Marquis variant of Natty the fuck.
Cog.
If you live after this, we'll have a conversation afterwards. If not, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Cog.
Yeah.
You.
So, taking the eye from the Marquis, Cog is putting it in their bag of holding because they can make those, and we are booking it after the cart
Okay.
because a lot of that is possibly technical shit.
It is coming to a stop as it goes further down. Luckily, there doesn't seem to be that many cliff sides, so it's not going to go over anything.
Cool, but that's priorities.
Okay.
I need to make sure that they didn't break anything. I
So
don't know if that takes
rushing...
me off the map, so I'm going this direction.
Okay. It would be the bandit's turn. Given the shouting and how much murder has happened so far, I'm going to make the bandits make me a check to see if they are going to remain behind. From left to right. He is staying. He is staying. He's definitely staying. Yep. Yep. That one's fucking off. So with all these archers here, all of them seem to be standing the ground, aside from this one here, who just drops his crossbows like, and turns tail to run.
Smart man!
That's more boy.
The cart pushers are going to roll with disadvantage because of the Marquis' actions. One of them looks like he wants to stay, but gets dragged off by the other. So these two are essentially retreating. This one here, that is in between a rock and a hard place, aka between Sanna and Au-Zuk, looks around as if he wants to flee and then realizes he's dead if he flees anyway, so he may as well stay. At least he can go down swinging as a fighter.
I'll let him go. It makes my job easier, Lamar.
You're
Also,
letting...
because you see him be like, I'm like, go on.
I imagine it's like, you're there going, go on, run away. Santa's just stirring daggers into him. It's like, would Sanna let him go if he tried to run?
Sorry, I was busy coughing. Considering my alignment, probably, but at this point, no.
So yeah, he's there going, I want to run, but she's not letting me.
She's just looking at him, whispering, "You're next."
So, this guy here, that's remained, and it's not part of the Archer squad. Is going to just slowly move along and look like he's preparing to run after Cog. Archer squad time. Let's see how these guys do. On beam. That wand. On the Marquis. 19.
Yeah, that's a hit.
6 damage.
Nice.
The one behind the one that was on the rock is going to take an aim at Au-Zuk. 19.
Shield.
Okay. And the other one on Sanna. 15.
Beat, right?
Yep, meet and beat.
Reaction.
Yep. Roll to see if you can catch it.
You need to roll damage.
Oh, wait, yes. 9. Full
4
damage.
plus 3. I need to roll. Oh, dang it.
Yep, it does unfortunately just make it past your grip in time. For 9 damage. Oh, yeah, for the 9 damage.
I only get 1 damage.
Yep, just 1 damage. You just about managed to grab it in time, but it does still pierce a little bit. So it's just... But you feel if you didn't grab it, it would have been a lot worse. But then the bandit in front of you, that has been a bit scared as you keep saying you're next, is going to do a cheeky shit. Upon seeing
Yes,
you
arrow
grab...
style paper cut.
Yep, seeing you grab the arrow and just slightly pierce you, he's going to try and shove the arrow into you. So he's going to make a strength check. And I want you to make me a strength check back just to see if you can resist him shoving it in.
Wow.
Yes, strength, my specialty.
Paint us a picture, Leigh.
So, you don't expect him to be doing this. So he catches you off guard as he shoves the arrow in. Meaning, instead of taking damage from one of his attacks, you're taking the full damage from the arrow instead. Minus the one that you'd already taken, of course.
Oof.
As he just looks up at you, chuckles. No, you're next! I'm not next!
I have 5 hit points left.
Au-Zuk doesn't even look mad, he just looks disappointed.
What, in the fact that he didn't run away, or?
You can't determine if he's disappointed because this man has stabbed his friend, or if it's because Au-Zuk has to stand around and actually find out if he has to stab him or not.
That is all the turns. So we get to the guy with a bird trap on his foot. Here's my question. Does this limit his movement?
That I'm gonna leave up to you. The only thing he can't do is go beyond to the distance that he is from Bean. If he tries to, I'm just gonna contest him running away.
So he can't go more than 10 foot away.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say this then. Hang on, let me actually just quickly check this just to make sure, because he is blue scaled. Yep, that is a little line. So you're going to see him circling you, Unusor. Marquis, you will get an attack of opportunity.
Wonderful.
16 hits.
The dog of wisdom has spoken.
I'm getting the dreaded feeling now where it's going to be a case of yes, he's going to line up to do something cool. He's going to die to attacks of opportunity before he gets to do so.
We're also adding my other astral spark with this.
Yep. So
that's going to be 7 points of damage.
Yep. He's still up, but he just kind of winces and stumbles from the hit.
Oh, shit. Sorry, I'm sorry. Muscle behavior. I apologize. He moved and I just acted. I'm sorry.
As he moves to here. Bean, attack of opportunity.
Na 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 bum bum bum.
7.
He slaps him with his tail on the way by.
As he just smiles as he circles you, and Unusor goes, "Fine, if this isn't honourable, then fuck it." Takes a deep breath, and I'm going to need a dex save from you and the Marquis, as he is doing his breath weapon.
I got a +3 in Dex. I'm pretty happy with that.
You also have the help action.
Oh crap!
You shouldn't have said that.
No.
Oh god, yeah. Never mind. Even with the help action, you have probably fucked me as well, haven't you?
The DC for it is 8 plus con plus proficiency. So 10. It doesn't say what their proficiency is, but going off that.
Well, if their CR is 1, it's +2.
So
I believe.
yes, if they're challenge rated 2 actually, these guys.
I still think that's. Hold
Yeah.
on, give me a second. Let me pull up my
So if that is the
creature table
case,
for 5e.
it will be a meet and beat on you.
What element is it?
Lightning.
Cool.
Ow.
/R 2d6. 9 lightning damage to you both.
Ow.
As it just takes a breath and just.
The Marquis just kind of looks at him. You call that lightning? Please.
And given that does take up his action this turn, that's his turn. Sanna.
As a retaliation of this guy stabbing the arrow in me, I'm gonna constrictor grapple him.
Okay. Make an attack. 22 hits
22.
for 6 damage. Oof.
And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna punch him.
Okay.
Why not rip the arrow out and stab him with it?
13.
Yep, so you grapple around him. He looks like he's just about catching his breath still. He's there going, "Fuck you!" and "Fuck your snit!" And before he can finish the words, you just deck him in the face. And he goes limp.
And pop goes the weasel.
Misskiff.
Giff.
Misskiff.
Okay.
So aside from the Dragonborn leader and those fleeing, the only ones you still see are 4 archers over here. And what seems to be someone chasing down Cog.
Okay. So, Cog's here.
Cog's,
How far? Like, Cog's technically off the map, right?
yes, Cog was next to the black circle, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Your movement speed's 30.
I'm not trying to get to them physically. Oh,
My movement speed is actually 25,
Okay,
but I
so
was using dash.
so they're 25 foot off the map. Whereas this guy is quite literally where he is on the map because he's not been able to get off the map yet.
let me just. It's 25. And this is the guy chasing him.
Yeah.
Or her.
Cog is they, them,
Okay.
to save you
they.
any trouble.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave Cog to that because I can't really do much. From where I am, and I'd rather not leave the safety of my tree.
Stay in here, guys.
I don't have a lot of health or armor class.
To be
I'm
fair,
staying in my safety tree.
to be fair, you have also heard the Dragonborn fighting Unusor quite literally go, well, if it's not an honourable fight, then fuck it. So I guess it's open water on that guy as well.
Okay then, he needs to make me an intelligence save.
Oh no. He's a bandit. Granted, he's a bandit captain, so he still gets +2, but he's not smart boy smart.
He
Smart boy, smart.
fails. It's not a lot of damage. It's only a d6 of psychic damage.
Fucking love smart boy.
So, Mind Sliver.
Oof.
Basically, a disorienting spike in his head kind of goes off. He minuses a d4 from his next saving throw.
Oh. So the best way to put it
Perfect.
is he staring you down, Usor? It looks like he gets a massive moment of, like, just a headache on one side of his face. You just see it just scrunch up. It's like...
Ah, yes. He is having a stroke. Slurred speech.
What the fuck?
The
Mind Sliver turned him into a senile old man.
Sitting there like, you son of a Somebody stop him.
Speaking of which, it's Bean.
Bean's gonna snap the trap on his leg again and kind of start pulling him in. So I don't know how you want me to do this.
Now it would be the grapple.
The grapple. So
first things first.
strength.
Yeah.
Okay.
For you, it'd be... It's not strength, it's... Athletics from you. This guy has to roll athletics or acrobatics, whichever is higher for him.
Womp.
And it would be acrobatics for him.
And he gets disadvantage.
No, he gets -4 as well.
Oh. Womp.
Yeah.
This guy is not having a great day.
He is reeled in like a fish.
Let's go to the ship, he said. It's gonna be fun, he said.
Can make a lot of money off this, he said.
With that, I
Threaten
guess
the
I'll
town
get
with firebombs,
rid
he
of-
said.
I'll get rid of that, because he is just gonna...
Now everyone's dead.
You said.
Fishy slap!
14 misses.
Now he can go, all my friends are dead.
I mean, technically, I did still have a bonus action left, Leigh.
Oh, sorry. What would you have done with your bonus?
I just would have telepathically connected to Snake.
Okay.
And just been like,
Well, this is nearly done. Shall we get some booze after?
I will reply to that in my turn.
yeah.
Okay.
Just
So
pop down to the Winchester.
the
Wait for
14
the
will
assault to
miss.
blow over.
Yes, I mean, I can't really do anything else, so
Au-Zuk?
tis just that.
Oh boy, it's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've reached that point in the Sorcerer's lifespan where they don't have an interesting turn anymore. I'll be honest, I've been doing a 9. The fact that he's moved there does make that slightly more tempting. Because I've basically got... At this point in time, I have better AoE than anything, but everything is so far the fuck away!
I mean, you have this guy.
What? Which
Yeah,
guy?
you got the
This
Dragonborn.
guy.
Oh, right, oh. I'm not gonna lie, I knew we were fighting a Dragonborn, so I was gonna go over and twat David's character, but I just saw Dragonborn and went, hey, it's the boss! Okay. Okay, actually... Alright. We're gonna move... Here's how this turn's gonna go. We're gonna start by using the first 20 foot of my movement to move diagonal to the Marquis. The best time for me to fire any sort of attack at range. I'm gonna check and see if I can hit what I want to hit. Yeah, this thing has a hell of a lot of range. I'm just gonna firebolt the closest of these two, unless they're running away or something. Don't think they are. I think he runs
No,
raw.
the ones that are running away are more towards the top of the map.
Which one's running away, Leigh?
The ones that are running away are these two close together right up here.
Okay,
This guy here.
Right. In of which case, Right, I'm gonna be a little bit strange. I'm gonna ping the one furthest from me. The one behind. Hello, who the fuck? Hang on. Who notices boy? Okay. Hello.
He's the boy that's trying to chase down Cog at the moment.
Yeah, he's getting fired at.
Okay.
Completely normal pew.
It's
Fair enough. I mean, I can see that, Leigh. The red number gave it away first.
Yeah.
God. Josh is trying out some new exploding D20s on crits for his new his game that he wants to run at some point.
What?
And I can't tell you how illegal a blue nat 20 is. Sorry. Because you got exploding crits. So you roll a 20 and it explodes. You roll a 1, and because you've crit and crit failed, you get a blue critical hit. It's illegal. Anyway, bit of a twat around back of the head.
Yep.
I mean, there's a boss. There's a boss here. I mean, if it was to
Yeah, him.
You can't light me on fire, so don't worry about it.
Okay, Au-Zuk just accidentally died Hogwarts tech support.
So you're attacking him as well?
I got a visitor.
You got a pupper?
Say hi. Say hi.
Oh.
You got a pupper?
I'm confused. Do I just not hit?
Oh my god, it's a dog.
Well, you got a nat 1 for him. It didn't come up with the second attack for the boss.
Glorious.
What second attack for the boss?
No, did you not? Are you not making an extra attack?
We're level 3, Leigh.
Yeah, I thought sorcerers had quick. Oh no, sorcerers don't have quicker spell yet at that level. My bad.
Right. Anyway,
No.
all right. Well, I'll just move the extra 10 feet, which is what I was going to do. And if it means anything at all, I am enticing these bandits to come and surround me.
Okay.
They will not have a good time if they do. Unless they beat the shit out of me, which they'll have an excellent time.
It is.
Gangbanging Au-Zuk.
It is Unusor's turn.
It's me! Ow! Doc!
I think he got poked.
Hit my hand. trying to be playful.
Take
Right.
1d4 piercing damage from a bite.
Oh fuck.
Ha.
Alright, jokes aside, is flanking in this?
Yes, you can
Jokes.
flank with Dion if you could move down one.
Yeah, I shall.
Hello.
Maintain that advantage. And... Yeah, I'm gonna fucking... How's he looking? How's the bandit captain looking?
A bit roughed up. Probably think he could go another couple of rounds, but he's not really on
Good.
death's door, but he's not looking fresh either. It's
Alright.
kind of like that odd between state.
Why did this not work? There we go. Yeah, I'm out of clever and witty religious things to say, so I'm just gonna swing my sword.
Okay.
Ooh.
Flavor of 22 for 6 damage. Are you adding a smite on that?
Yes, that would be 8 because of fighting style.
Indeed.
Fire or psychic damage?
I could give him more headaches.
Or I could set him on fire.
True.
Needs to make
That did
Human
max damage. So
Human
yes.
bodies are fairly flammable.
+2.
Not sure about dragons.
That is a fail, so that is 6 full damage of smite. And he is definitely looking a lot more worse for wear now.
Yeah, there's just gleeful violence in my eyes.
It's just between laboured breaths. He chuckles.
Mom's a hoe.
At least my god isn't trapped and
Your
suffering.
mom's a hoe.
You Tiamat worshipping scum!
Sure, trapped and suffering.
Let me see. No, I don't have a bite attack. I can't go full Shikal.
Oh no.
I mean,
I have a bite attack.
You have
Somebody
teeth.
throw me at him.
So, Marquis.
No, I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Alright, Marquis.
In my experience, it's never a good thing when you get a bunch of dragon worshipping people together. Surprisingly, testosterone is something that they all have quite a bit of. Anywho,
Don't you worship a dragon?
yes. Well, kind of, but yes. I mean, I'm a fucking hippo. What do you expect?
Hippo things.
Exactly. I'm constantly angry. That's my secret.
Have knows.
Take out another rock worshipper.
We're just gonna scooch back a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, good. He's no longer covered.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
I mean, in this situation, the Marquis is a he, so it is. That's what he said. Which might be worse in annotation now that I think about it. We're gonna shoot this motherfucker.
Which one?
That's a fair response.
The one down below that's after
yes.
Cog.
That's a hit.
Wonderful.
So
That's
Cog,
a 12.
just in the distance, you're hearing this guy try to scurry after you going, "You're not running anywhere. I'm gonna scrap you for..." And before you can finish, you just hear a pop and a thud.
A very
Shit,
familiar pop and thud.
A very
I got
meaty
ahead of
poof.
myself.
How often does he sit on people?
I haven't sat on any. Well, actually, that's a lie. Sometimes I do have to sit on people just to get them to calm the fuck down. And 2 tons of Hippo Man will calm people down. Also suffocate them and break every bone in their body.
All
Is,
calming down permanently.
do you have a bonus action to use?
It's been a hot minute since I've played Rogue, so that is what I'm looking at. Yes, actually, I do.
Alrighty.
Actually, I've got a little bit more. Yeah, I've got a bonus action. And that's going to. Actually, no, I can't do it. So it is a shame. However, actually, I can do this, which is well, no, the dude's still alive. It did. Oh no, I'm giving him with Master of Tactics some help on his next attack on the
Alright.
commander.
So,
Yep.
Unusor's next attack will be with advantage.
All the advantage.
Cog,
Yep.
you're still running after the cart, and after a while, you do manage to catch up to it. The
I
three
mean,
barrels
we-
is still the 3 remaining barrels is still on top.
Cool.
You can make me an investigation check if you wish for your turn.
Yep. Natural 20.
You crack open the 3 barrels. Kind of gingerly, just to make sure you don't set anything off with any errant sparks that may be coming from your mech. Well, from your body. I don't know why I keep saying mech, it's dumb. It's a Warforged, not a mech.
It's very mech-like.
I don't know why. I think it's because I've been planning stuff for Dark Tides through and I've been able to look up the mech rules again.
Ooh.
But
Oh.
but 2 of them contain oil, and you do see the other missing parts floating in it. The tongue, kind of rolled up with the voice box attached to the end, and the other eye. The 3rd barrel that was here, however, contains something different. Seems to contain some kind of alcohol. Almost as if the oil was there to spread the fire, this was to make sure there was going to be a loud kaboom.
Are these idiots planning on blowing up the pieces?
Just make me a quick intelligence check.
Sure. 18?
I mean, if the pieces were in there, it would
You
blow
think they
up
were
like
trying?
shrapnel.
You think they couldn't get anything working of what these things could be or any worth, so they decided to try and extort the village via what are essentially giant nail bombs, only less nail and more scrap.
Shrapnel bomb.
Yes.
This significantly pisses Cog off more because of the freaking dumbassery of it.
But luckily, the only suffering that the pieces have taken is a bit of scratch up, a bit of oil lodged in places where it shouldn't be, and of course the fact that they're not attached to your ship.
If at all possible, frickin' the Marquis is going to be getting a string of just irritation as well as everything's okay with the pieces.
Calm down. Oh my god. Language. Language. Dear God, some of those words don't even exist in this reality, Cog. Holy.
It would be the bandit's turn. Let's roll to see how these four fare against Au-Zuk basically walking forward and smacking his chest, be like, come on then, come on then. And three of them are like, yeah, right. One of them's like, no, I saw what you did to the others. And we'll start to fuck off.
I respect that.
Three of them, however, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We'll start to surround you. And I believe these are the only three bandits that are sticking around in the fight still, that are still alive.
I've not had the chance to do sneak attack at all this round. Oh, thank you. Thank you so
I'll
much.
be right
Taza.
I'm assuming that
You
shield's
are.
going to proc with it, that 18.
Oh no, actually, yeah, no, that is a hit.
Any shields are out?
No, I'm out of resources.
Okay, so these guys are
Really,
swinging.
really good at dealing with people surrounding me. When it's my turn, of course, not when it's their turn. I mean, I gotta survive this turn.
5 damage for the first hit.
Fair enough.
Second one will be a 17 to hit.
That is a no.
Oh, that's a no. Okay, so 18's the meet and beat.
Yep.
Okay. Get an attack of opportunity on the guy to your left.
An attack of opportunity? Yeah, give me a minute.
Why do I get the feeling if the other one didn't run, we would have gotten a nat 20 and seen all 4 flavors of a hit and miss?
Yeah, no, fair. Oh, piss off. What are you doing, you stupid internet?
Is it having any issues? Also, I quite literally just had a moment then of looking down and seeing how long we've been recording. And I'm like, oof, I'm sorry that I have kept you a bit longer than normal.
No,
You're
it's
fine.
fine. What's going on?
It's okay. I'm considering working from home tomorrow.
It's because we've been recording.
I am only starting my new job tomorrow.
We'll end the session after this fight.
So, yeah, what am I all about? Right, I'm overthinking this again. Right.
It's because I looked at her like, we've been recording for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Well, and I also figured we
anyway,
were trying to
return
get
of-
through the combat, so.
Yeah. 23 hits.
Hey,
Okay. And any sparks flying off?
no, I don't. We're level 3. I don't have Warcaster yet.
Okay.
Although it's definitely on the list.
Dragonborn turn. The Dragonborn just looks between you both. Alright, fuck it then. If you both want some, you're both gonna have some. First scimitar attack on Unusor is a 15.
Miss.
Second one goes down on Bean for a 19.
Yep. The first time you've hit one of these this game. Gotta figure out the dabblage.
It's only 4, luckily.
Okay.
And then a dagger on Unusor. Nat 1! You both get attacks of opportunity on him. 23
Is she
hits for
slap?
5.
A bitch slap him so that he's facing Unusor.
Yep, and Unusor.
Kill him.
I'm going to spin around with. Oh fuck. Oh sorry, I didn't. Oh yeah, we still playing. Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meat
Plus you do
soup.
have the help
Look at
action
me.
from the Marquis as well. Even
This
if
is
you
true.
didn't. But a 14 will unfortunately miss.
That's fine. It's not like I spent an action to do it.
Yeah, that's true. Sanna.
I am very happy that these guys moved closer by. I'm gonna be moving over where I just pointed out.
Okay.
And now I am flanking this guy, right?
Yes. Yes, you are.
So I
Yes,
am
you
going to punch him once. With advantage.
Yep. And this is the boy that hit as well. So he's probably
That is-
gloating a little bit, being like, "Hey, I hate you, you stupid little kobold. What you gonna?" And with that 25, which hits and that 8 damage, you hear a sickening crunch as the back of his head caves in.
Okay. So he's dead. I'm gonna
Yes.
use my bonus action to punch the guy next to him.
He only had 2 HP left.
That is without advantage. I think.
Yeah, because there won't be flanking there. But that's a
24.
7 damage. Yeah, he's still up, but ow.
And that is my turn.
He just looks to his left as he hits a sitting crunch. It's like, what the bloody? And then he just gets smacked at the side of the face. And we get a Misskiff.
Misskiff turn! Okay. So,
I still can't unsee the fact that Misskiff looks like she's flossing.
More headaches.
No, I'm not gonna give him another headache.
Damn.
I'm gonna do something that's actually got some decent damage.
Oh.
I can't do anything but cantrips right now, but...
I just realised that we got a Fred back.
Oh, hey, Fred. So, I am going to conjure a little fireball. Firebolt.
On the guy?
On the captain.
That's a hit. That's a meet and beat, in fact.
Sweet. 9 fire damage. That's just like...
Do you want to know how much HP he has left?
How much?
1.
Given that before that attack happened, he had 9 HP, so how do you want to flavour this firebolt death?
As he's opening his mouth to say something, the fireball just goes down his throat.
Yep. So, Unusor, as he looks like he's about to spit another insult at you, a little bolt of fire flies over your shoulder, just down his throat, and you see the illumination going through the scales and going down. As he just starts trembling and shuddering before just falling into a slump on the floor. The smell of burning organs and flesh just emanating from his open maw.
Okay. I've got a fucking quote for this somewhere.
So while you're looking up that quote, Misskiff, is it fair to say Misskiff would be the kind of person to do the hamster dance song?
No.
I just look at that icon, I just imagine.
No, basically once that's done, she just kind of hopped out, like climb back down the tree. And just kind of like scurry over to like, well, 'cause she can only she'll dash. She's got a 30-foot climb speed, so she'd climb down.
Can you dash
35 foot. Bonus action.
Yes, that's what I was about to ask.
I am a rogue, so yes. I have 2 levels in rogue, 1 level in sorcerer. So I can move 25 foot. So she's gonna move to there.
Okay.
Just scurry past the dead bodies.
Ow.
Just be like, just stick her tongue out at the guys who are left, like.
Did you find the quote, Unusor?
I was just searching through the log. Give me 2 seconds.
Alright.
Ah, yes. There we go. As they're dying, just in their last few agonizing moments, I just squat by their head and just to relish this sight, and make sure that they can hear me. Say, your death serves as a warning, blasphemer.
You know,
And
it's
that was it.
terrifying.
His claw will reach up, as if trying to handle a medallion that's hanging around his neck, but doesn't manage to grasp it in time before he fades. You would be able to see this medallion, Unusor.
Mm.
It is the iconography of Bahamut.
Mm.
Do you
Wow,
want
he
it?
really
Decide
is.
now.
He really is a blasphemer. He worships a god of justice.
And he's a fucking bandit.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. He's not very good at either occupation. Let's be honest here.
It's almost as if he's a hypocrite.
It's almost as if his parents purposefully named him "fuck up the bandit captain."
Either way. It would be you, Bean. There are 2 bandits left.
Yeah, so before the captain's body hits the ground, much like a snake, all 30 feet of chain with the bear trap come out of his mouth, he wraps a little bit of it around the bandit captain to kind of tie him up, snaps the bear trap around his head, and slams him into the first guy that is right next to him, as long as I can pick him up, which I do have to. I can't. I try. It doesn't work. Eh.
Yeah, it's a struggle.
Eh. I was gonna suplex him into that guy, but it didn't work. On to the next person.
There's a crazy kobold and
Yep.
2 walls of flesh next.
Indeed.
So
Au-Zuk, let's see what you can do if you're close up.
Right, which one of them's injured? It's the one on the left, isn't it?
They are technically both injured.
Okay, which one looks worse? Or did it look
The
very
one on the left.
One on the left looks worse. So I'm going to swing at the one. Knowing the general limits of my power, I'm going to swing at the one on the top left.
Okay.
With the actual... In fact, you know what? It might be a little bit unnecessary, but hey, I need a rest at this point. I'm going to let out my final draconic roar.
Yep.
Just to guarantee that these guys aren't going to give me any trouble.
Yep.
So, advantage on them until the end of my next turn. If they're not dead by then, we've failed as a party. We need to disband immediately.
So advantage on all attacks against them.
Top left gets Cutlass.
That's a hit.
That's a hit. He takes 4 slashing damage. That's a bit depressing, but
It's depressing, but it's the exact amount of damage it needed to kill him.
one on my left takes 3 lightning damage.
Would you believe that he had 3? The one at the top left had 4 HP left. The one to the left had 3 HP left. That was exactly what you needed for both. So if they're just there mocking you, just getting ready. Well, gets punched outside the head, just a bit dazed. You take that opportunity to just slash at them with the scimitar. And the sparks this time come from the blade itself and leap straight into the other one's eyes. And they both just hit the ground with a sickening thud.
It doesn't sound like a thud.
He's clapping. If you want a thud.
Now that that's done, he just puts his sword away.
What a grand finale!
Right. Is everyone at peace? Have we acquired everything we came for?
I don't know.
It would, at this point, be when Cog would arrive back onto the map. Are you dragging the barrels and the carts with you?
Yes.
I'm taking the captain's body.
Cog probably would keep the oil and shit, so yeah, definitely.
Before you do, I would snag the pendant.
Okay.
Or you can have the pendant. Bean only wants the armor, and it's for one specific reason, but as to not waste time, he's just gonna take the whole body with us for now.
Wonderful.
At least we have food. You know, they say dragon tastes just like chicken. Although none of you can hear this because this is all in Bean's head.
You know, didn't think about this till now, but we probably should have taken one alive. See why they were attacking the village and why they specifically. Well, I mean, it's kind of obvious they took the
It
mission.
didn't
but
matter.
just digging
They
down.
were attacking the village. The village
That is true.
stands to. We stand to gain from its survival. They needed to die.
I am curious
Uh,
now as to these roles, Jack.
No question.
Strategy, but that
Okay.
is true.
I won't question
So,
it until
Cog,
it comes up.
Cog,
This
did we
is
get everything?
assuming that the ones that were running away already got away.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes, but I doubt they'll come back. Quite frankly, I think, well, after seeing you strangle one of them, Uno being Uno, Au-Zuk here being rather impressive, actually.
So as Cog does approach with the cart and just pushes it in between to the middle. Those that are around, you would see sparks flying off them and a little bit of blue liquid trickling down.
If your thing is leaking.
It's not a thing. It's got a name.
Misskiff would just kind of scurry over.
Take a
Switch
note that
telepathy.
the 2 bolts that actually did hit have not been removed yet either.
Just switch to telepathy to Unusor
Hmm.
and be like, "You good?"
He is bleeding quite heavily. But his hands would glow like an eerie red,
Uh,
and I will heal myself.
From that which I have just been sent there, I will say, since they are the closest one, well, technically there are 2 closest ones, but given they are the closest one that isn't currently distracted, Sanna, can you make me a perception check?
I see nothing.
No, unfortunately you don't. So, with the field littered with bodies, and with
What
the
was the Dragonborn captain wearing for like clothing and armor and weapons and
I do
stuff?
believe it does say studded leather.
Studded leather.
Studded leather, a scimitar, and a dagger.
Okay, so whoops, I put that in there.
He did also have
Okay.
something else, but Unusor has snatched that.
Yeah, that's fine.
But with the ground littered with bodies, you take what you need. The bandits don't really have that much on them. Otherwise, they wouldn't really have needed to even hold up the city. Well, the village. And you do start to make your way. Oh,
I am very tired.
we
I
should
am
probably
used
say that
very
to him.
hurt.
I used all my spells.
Just kind of
Over
essentially just climbs up and collapses on Unusor's shoulder.
the course of meeting to now, I have to admit, I've completely expended my entire magical supply. I really need to recharge that.
Well, who's up for some tea then? Maybe a bit of a rest. If they didn't take everything, some cakes. Cog, Marquis is handing over his coat. Cover yourself up.
Sanna would just slither next to Cog. We are arrow buddies.
Just kind of there, like,
I want
Yeah.
some booze.
How hurt is Misskiff?
She's not too bad.
Okay. Well,
Senna would get a mental response. It is kind of weak. Woohoo.
But you all.
yeah, but
Sorry.
go on.
But you all will at this point start to make your way back towards the village while talking. And we will leave what happens in the village for next week, because we've been recording for 3 hours and 19 minutes.
Yes, we need to walk our dog before bed. It's after midnight here.
Yes, sorry
Yep.
about that.
No worries.
So,
Just very quickly.
Yep.
Before I cast Lay of Hands on myself, when Misskiff climbs on my shoulder, I will instead use it to restore 15 of their hit points.
okay.
Ankle.
So, thank you all
Thanks for watching.
thank you all so much for tuning into the Devil Darlings. If you want to catch more of us, there's always Dark Tides of Runeterra over on the same channel.
You
You
sure?
can catch Echoes of the Past over on Chocobo Keeper and Sirens Through the Fog over on Spotify.
Nah, I don't think it's on Spotify. Last time I checked, it was on Twitch.
Actually,
Potentially even Apple Music.
that's funny. That's funny. But that's for a later thing. But
I mean,
that's funny.
there was the moment where, for a while, I was considering going, let's just do Season 2 recorded, but also live on Twitch at the same time. I'm like, nah, that's way too much for me. I'd probably slow my computer down.
Our Spelljammer game will be live on Twitch.
Nice.
That's what I'm funny.
But yes, thank you for tuning in. We are missing something, but given how long we've been recording, we can skip it for this week.
Smart boy, smart.
Ah.
So we'll see you next time on Devil Darlings. Bye.
Boy!
Whee!